the capital of the Centennial State, 5,280 feet above sea level. We're mile high in Denver, Colorado, as we get set for the best opening weekend in college football history. And what way to lead you right into the first Saturday of the season with the 88th Rocky Mountain Showdown. Nick Stevens in his second season as the starter for the Colorado State Rams, while Sefo Liufau on his way to breaking just about every passing record in Buffalo's history, doing it for Colorado. Ralphie's ready to go, and we are too, in a rivalry that dates back to 1893. Sliding into your Friday nights like Ralphie 5 does here in Denver. If that's not a metaphor for getting ready for the first Saturday of the season, I don't know what is. A great way to bring us into Denver, Colorado. We're mile high tonight at Sports Authority Field. That's hard to top, Molly McGrath, but you got a big story about the Colorado State quarterback situation.
That's right, Adam. As you said, Nick Stevens starting at quarterback for the Rams tonight, but this wasn't even announced to the team until earlier today. Now, Stevens was battling with Baton Bauta for that starting role and told me that this competition has completely changed him. He changed his work ethic, understands the game better, and has become a more vocal leader. But Coach Mike Bobo said that he plans to play Bauta for at least one series in the first half. They'll use him in zone read situations, so this starting role not set in stone. Bobo stressed that he wants his quarterbacks to continue to compete for this job. Adam?
Molly, we're hot off the blocks with some major news as we welcome you into the broadcast booth. Adam Amin, Mac Brown. So your reaction to Nick Stevens? It's his second year as the starting quarterback, a little bit more comfortable in this situation now.
Very mature. Got married in May. He came back and understands the offense better. Mike Bobo has a quarterback-friendly offense. They turned the ball over as much as anybody in the country last year, Adam. All they want Nick to do is be smart and handle and maintain the offense.
Yeah, 27 giveaways for the Rams last year. On the other side for Colorado, Sefo Liufau really does a great job. He's been one of the best quarterbacks in CU history, but a little bit of a tweak to the offense. It's going to go faster this year.
Well, Sefo's the man. He is the second three-time captain in school history. He's lost 25 pounds. Here's a guy that is 100% healthy. They're going to use some run game along with a Texas Tech twist tonight, but they really trust him, Adam. They're going to let him change a lot of plays at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be really fun to watch this big guy move this offense tonight because these kids really believe in him.
Both quarterbacks need new top targets, and both teams are looking to start off the season with a win over one of their longest rivals in their program's history. Welcome to the opening Friday night of college football.
Touchdown, Colorado! Colorado State has claimed it once more.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by Samuel Adams, for the love of beer. Verizon, join a better network because better matters. And Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
The stadiums for these two programs are only 46 miles apart. You go another 28 miles south of Boulder and you get to Sports Authority Field at Mile High for Field and Stream Store's kickoff week. The biggest weekend in college football history. I won't hyperbolize this too much more for you people, but it is huge, and we've got the appetizer right before the 5-course meal you're going to experience this weekend. Colorado on the toss and deferred. Colorado State and Nick Stevens will be on offense to start the night here in Denver. They're still filing in. The students are here, but the rest of the fans are still filing in. They had over 66,000 here last year when Colorado defeated Colorado State 27-24 in overtime. Dalen Dawkins, the nephew of the longtime Philadelphia Eagle and short-time Denver Bronco Brian, is back to return a Diego Gonzalez kick. Special teams were a major factor last year in this game. Happy you're with us on a Friday night. The 88th Rocky Mountain Showdown is underway, and a great kick by Gonzalez at elevation. So the ball will move a little better for these kickers, and that touchback will take Colorado State out to the 25-yard line. There were questions about the quarterback position last year. Would it be Coleman Key? Would it be Nick Stevens? Stevens started all 13 games for Colorado State last year, was a second-team Mountain West selection. Mac mentioned it at the top, 21 years of age, but he got married in May. He has matured. This is his offense right now.
Well, and the competition, he felt like really helped him, as Molly said in the open, Adam. He had to work harder. He thought he was working really hard, but he had to clean up some little things. They just want him to manage the offense tonight. Quarterback-friendly offense, make sure they take care of the ball.
First down from the 25-yard line, and Dawkins is the back. And here comes Dalen, head of steam, and into a pile of Colorado defenders led by Samson Kapavalu. Dawkins is going to be touching the ball a lot tonight. He's an impact player, Mac.
Yes, he is the #1 guy that really hurt Colorado last year. They know they've got to stop Dalen Dawkins to win tonight. And to do that, they've got number 44, Addison Gillum, back. And they feel like he's got to be a guy to go sideline to sideline at linebacker and stop that running game and force him to throw.
A torn meniscus last year ended his season after 2 games. He did not get to play in the Rocky Mountain Showdown last year, Gillum. Dawkins, head of steam. He is quick. He gets hammered by Laguda, Afalabi Laguda, the safety, but 6 yards on that play to set up a manageable 3rd down.
Their coaches told us yesterday, Adam, that pound for pound, this is the best and toughest football player on their football team. Zone play to the right side. These guys have got a really good and experienced offensive line coming back, and they feel like they can block Colorado up front.
A transfer from Purdue had his breakout game against the Buffs last year in the Rocky Mountain Showdown. First big 3rd down of the night. The Rams were top 20 last year on offense on 3rd down. Izzy Matthews stays in the block. They've got one-on-one on the outside looking for Michael Gallup. And Akello Witherspoon had the coverage, forcing that pass a little wide was the defense of Colorado. And it is a 3-and-out to start the day for the Buffs defense.
Great start for Colorado. Jim Levitt told us yesterday, stop the run on 1st down and 2nd down. Then we're going to stack the box. They got that safety down, have man coverage, man them up. We feel like our secondary is good enough to cover their receivers, and that's just what happened on the 3rd play of the game.
Ray Guy finalist Hayden Hunt, excellent punter, one of the best in the nation, to Jay McIntyre, the son of Colorado's head coach Mike McIntyre. He's now a sophomore. Pressure to the punter, and a high, very short punt here. Bounces inside the 35-yard line. And Colorado will set up after a 41-yard Hunt punt. So now we get to see the senior out of Tacoma, Washington, Sefo Lufau, closing in on Cody Hawkins. He needs just 13 passing yards to pass Cody Hawkins for the all-time passing leader, closing in on touchdowns. He's got a bunch of other records, and now the offense is going to change. Darren Cheverini comes in as a co-coordinator from Texas Tech, so we're going to see some up-tempo for Sefo in the offense.
Yeah, we're going to see a combination of trying to run the same plays out of a lot of different formations so the defense can adjust. We'll see what kind of tweak Texas Tech's Severini has brought to this Colorado offense here tonight.
And they spread it out with 4 wide. Toss play, Philip Lindsay, their leading rusher, pounding his way for a 1st down. Jake Schlager finally drilled him out after about an 11-yard run.
Yes, this is a quick sweep out to the left side. That's a Texas Tech play. I saw it many times. Really good blocking downfield. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to see it tonight. Philip Lindsay is a really tough, good leader. Those 2 guys are captains on this football team.
You see the up-tempo immediately. That one short from Lufau to Shea Fields, who is likely going to take the place of Nelson Spruce as maybe the most impactful receiver alongside Devin Ross.
Yes, when you start looking at impact players, they lost a great receiver last year. But as we watch this game, #1 Shea Fields and #2 Devin Ross are going to be great, but they're going to have to outwork linebacker Kevin Davis because he's the man for Colorado State.
On 2nd down, it's a give, burst of speed for Lindsay, and 2 strong Philip Lindsay runs on this opening drive. This one for 9 yards. There was Davis to make the stop. They lost Christian Powell, who had led Colorado in rushing each of the last 4 years. So now it's Lindsay, who's their leading returning rusher, taking the brunt of the carries, at least expected to.
Adam, they're spreading out a very young Colorado State defense and hitting some creases inside.
On 3rd and short, and the second effort by Lindsey got him the first down. Boy, Josh Livingood tried to wrap him up behind the line and could not do it, and it's a first down for Philip Lindsey and the Buffaloes.
Colorado State very undersized up front. They were concerned about being pounded by that big Colorado offensive line.
On first down, going quick on the slant near the sticks. It is Bryce Bobo holding on despite the Jordan Vaden hit. Right at the sticks, it's a first down.
Great throw by Selfo. Colorado State felt like they had to bring the blitz.
The tempo continues. This time, Colorado State stacks up Philip Lindsey. Jake Schlager came up from the safety spot to wrap him up after a short game. Boy, the tempo very different from what you and I and a lot of Pac-12 folks saw last year for Colorado to this year so far on their first drive of the season. Lufau swings it out. This looks like Texas Tech. Lindsey with a burst of speed across the 30 for another first down. Davis finally closed out a 12-yard play.
Colorado State brought the blitz to the field. Really good throw by Selfo. 2 plays and he's already completed them. Very accurate throws, and that's what you have to do in this offense.
Trips to the field here. They spread it out to allow Lindsey to find a hole, and another excellent first down run for Philip Lindsey. He is doing work as he was expected to do on this first drive.
And right now, this big Colorado offensive line is dominating the line of scrimmage.
Already 23 yards on the ground for Lindsey, and he'll add to it here. Breaks a tackle at the 20, and he's got another first down inside the 15. Jake Schlager with another tackle to close out another run of 5.
Offensive coordinators told us, Adam, they wanted to push the tempo and get those guys tired, keep them on the field, and already Colorado State's defensive line got their hands on their hips.
Now it's Donovan Lee getting the fake. Lufau rolling, pumping, and he got tripped up by Schlager. Still turns it into a gain. It'll bring up second down at the 6-yard line. They can still get a first down without scoring here.
The coaches told us yesterday they were going to have quarterback runs. Even with him sprinting out there and keeping the ball, they were not going to worry about Selfo and his leg. I think he's 100%.
Coming off a Lisfranc injury late last year. Lufau, designed quarterback run, lost the football in the end zone. It is picked up, I believe, by Colorado State. But that pile in the end zone will be sorted out by this officiating crew. And Lufau, shy of the goal line, looked like he coughed it up. Who's got the ball? And it looks like Colorado's got it at the bottom of the pile. Kevin Davis forced the fumble. It came out loose, and the Buffaloes have the lead. So Terry Layden, lead official on this crew, might get a buzz down here in a moment. Unless the officials in the booth have already taken a look at it and are satisfied.
Yes, this is such a critical play, Adam. I think we'll see them review it. Must be satisfied.
Yes, so must have been a clear recovery from the angles that the replay booth saw. So Diego Gonzalez is on for an extra point.
Tremendous effort by Selfo, but you got to hold on to the ball. Got to protect that ball around the goal line.
A 7-0 Colorado lead in what you might call a blitzkrieg of a opening drive. Alex Kelly near the bottom of the pile for the Colorado Buffaloes. Lufau lost it. A little Tennessee Vols action right there. We saw that last night.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. It's a college football tradition. And Shop Field & Stream, where traditions begin.
Named the best place to live in 2016. Good old Denver. Alex Kelly, California native, making his 26th consecutive start at center tonight. And maybe the biggest grab of his career. jumping on top of the Lufau fumble in the end zone for the touchdown. And Colorado on a 7-play, 73-yard drive just rolled through. 11-play, 73-yard drive, rather, just rolled through Colorado State's defense. Let's see if Colorado State can respond. Out to the 25-yard line come the Rams. And this again was the fumble that we saw from Lufau. A lot like we saw Josh Dobbs last night in overtime.
Great job by Kevin Davis from the side of knocking it out. The ball's on the ground. As you start looking at it, Tyree Simmons had an excellent shot of getting on it, and he jumped over it. You got to get down on it and grab it. You cannot make that mistake. Difference in 7 points. Great start for the Colorado Buffaloes.
So Stevens has to respond now with Dawkins in the backfield. A 4-man Buffalo rush getting to the quarterback, trying to dump it off for Dawkins, and incomplete. Jordan Carroll was the first man to get into the backfield for Jim Leavitt's defense, and that forced a very quick and errant throw.
Yeah, Jordan's a big 300-pounder, and the offensive line let him go too quickly. On the screen, you've got to make him hesitate so the quarterback can get his drop and give the time play to develop, and they let him through too fast.
Coach, we talked about it. Best kickoff weekend ever. 4 top 25 matchups. Tied for the most ever since the AP poll was enacted. We've had a fun start so far here on a Friday night. Dawkins loses his feet shy of the 30-yard line. He'll pick up 4 yards, so a tough third and about 6 coming up here for
Adam,
CSU.
It even started last night. There's coaches throwing up all over the country tonight after watching those tight games and turnovers and late field goals. They're watching this game. Coaches get excited about opening games, and who could be more excited than great college football fans about this weekend? Unbelievable. Best start ever.
Your final appetizer leading you right into Saturday. On 3rd down and 6, 4-man stunt up front, and Stevens' throw is wayward for Marcus Wilson. Chidobe Awuzie had the coverage. This is a guy you're going to want to watch all night and all season. I legitimately believe this is one of the best defensive backs in college football.
Yes, they had a little underneath route out of trips where they started flat, and he was all over it. This guy's smart. He'll graduate in December. He's an NFL prospect, and they feel like one of the best football players in the country, not just in the Pac-12.
Hayden Hunt, a very good punter, as we mentioned, trying to flip the field here for CSU. Really good kick. McIntyre from the 21. And McIntyre works his way to about the 30-yard line. It's tagged in special teams by Brian Ohene-Genie. We'll step aside.
Yeah, everybody's fired up to start this year.
We'll get this season underway. You can't believe what just happened. And nobody's going to catch it. There's the magic.
Notre Dame, Texas, Monday at 9:30 a.m. Sydney on ESPN and streaming live on Watch ESPN.
2 games, 2 division rivalries. The Cards and Pirates are neck and neck in the Central with wild card aspirations. Then the Rangers may have the West wrapped up, but the M's don't sleep on those big bats. Cardinals, Pirates at 9 a.m. Sydney. Rangers, Mariners at noon. Thursday on ESPN and streaming live on Watch ESPN.
It's a long road to the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Europe's preliminary competition begins with round 1, the group stage. With only 13 spots available, who will book their ticket to Russia? The European qualifiers for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Sunday, Denmark, Armenia on ESPN2.
The NFL returns.
Gonna be that kind of game? Let's go ahead and get the
With
win.
a Super Bowl rematch featuring the Panthers and the Broncos. Cam Newton looks to turn the page after last year's stunning loss, while Von Miller and Denver want to celebrate with a victory in their home opener. Panthers, Broncos, live Friday The NFL Kickoff on ESPN.
We are back in Denver where Colorado is up 7-0, and their offensive coordinator Darren Cheverini happy with his offense after that last drive, telling them they cannot stop us. They haven't seen this tempo before. You can't replicate it in practice. This is what we do. Keep pushing the ball, and I have your back. So, Adam, don't expect Colorado to slow down anytime soon.
Molly, Darren Cheverini, 38 years old, former wide receiver, a stud here at Colorado. For Rick Neuheisel, played in the NFL. And he has become a co-offensive coordinator with Brian Lindgren for Colorado. Meanwhile, Marty English, the defensive coordinator for Colorado State, has to figure out how to play against the tempo. You said it, it's a thin defense and a young defense, much different compared to what they were last year.
Hard to blitz with a young defense. You're not sure you trust them yet.
On first down, here is Lindsey, who carved up Colorado State on the opening drive. This time they went with a fullback. So George Frazier, number 5 in black, along with Sean Irwin, 81. These are two guys that help their tempo because they're so flexible.
And you can't substitute on defense. These guys have made 10 yards, 2 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards, and now 3 yards on first down runs.
Low snap, good block by Lindsey, and nearly caught by Shea Fields. Great coverage by Tyree Simmons, probably the most veteran of that back group right now for Colorado State.
Yeah, Tyree's smart, he's tough. He's a really good cover guy. He doesn't have the great speed, so they use him into the boundary. But you can see here, he's all over the receiver. First third down for Colorado. Big situation.
They struggled last year, 36%, 97th in the country. 3rd and 7. Good block by Lindsey again. They dump it off for Shea Fields in space, and he's got the first down. 14 yards on 3rd down and 7. Good block in the backfield by Lindsey, and they do it on the perimeter too.
Yeah, Devin Ross had the good block outside. They have the cross blitz inside with Kevin Davis. Another Texas Tech play coming up underneath. Catches the ball, Fields turns up. Guys are doing a good job blocking for each other.
Here comes a blitz from Colorado State. Lufau with time, launches downfield. It is caught. Devin Ross inside the 25-yard line. Fields and Ross. Matt called it for his impact players tonight. They're doing it.
Well, they felt like they could not put pressure on the quarterback. Colorado State with 4 guys, so they had to bring the blitz. That puts you in one-on-one situations.
Now, you saw how close that was, and the officials are going to blow this one down.
Before the snap, the previous play is under review. The ruling on the field was a completed pass.
So Terry Layden will jump this one back up to the booth. Pac-12 leader in terms of the lead official tonight. And our replay official, David Lambros, is going to get another look at this to see if maybe the heel touched out of bounds at any point. Do you have possession? It clearly looks like he has possession of the ball. It does not look like there is much green there, but it seems like there is between the heel and the sidelines just enough. And he survived the tumble out of bounds with possession. So it looks like those axioms are met, and it should be a catch.
And if it's close, they have to have a lot of proof to overturn.
Indisputable video
so
evidence,
I don't see them seeing enough to turn this over. Ross been a running back. He's been a slot. He has to learn how to stay in bounds and make sure he keeps some grass away from that boundary. And Selfo's got to throw him inside more to the hash mark when he's that wide open. But I still think it's a big play for the Buffaloes. Really got a great start out of the box for the Colorado offense. It looks like that Mike McIntyre made a great decision bringing Darren Cheverini in from Texas Tech. Cliff Kingsbury is one of the best in the business at moving the ball. They're keeping their toughness. They're still running the ball. They did what they're talking about doing to us, Adam. They're using the same personnel to change a lot of tight formations and split formations. And so far, it's really got the Rams on their heels.
A lot of looks at it. Here's Terry's call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Colorado.
To the video evidence, not indisputable. to overturn the call on the field, which was a catch, so the call stands. And Mike McIntyre will see his offense go back out there after a big play. They'll spot it at the 22-yard line. A lot of pressure on Mike around the program. He doesn't feel the pressure. Mike Bobo in his second season took this team to a 4th consecutive bowl last year, coming over from Georgia after a long stint. Penalty markers come flying in from the near side.
False start, number 56 of the offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
The only youngster on that line is Tim Lineout Jr., a redshirt freshman, and he gets tagged for the false start penalty.
And sometimes when you're going so fast with tempo, you get a little bit tired on an offense as well. So you have to really sit in there. Redshirt freshman, first time he's been out here, probably a lot of excitement and running around his mind right now.
Out of the empty set, it's a designed quarterback run for Sefo Lufau. He slides down. There is a rule change this year. It's adopting the NFL rule that wherever the slide begins, that's where the ball will be spotted. So it's a pickup to the 18-yard line on a gain of 4. Already 9 plays in CSU territory. CSU only has 6 plays total on offense. Swing it out to Devin Ross. And Devin Ross speeding into the end zone for another Colorado touchdown.
Really impressed with Sefo's accuracy, because with these changing in offense, but you've got to really like what you see with Bryce Bobo downfield. Very unselfish football team, an older football team, an experienced football team. They've gotten off to a great start.
And Gonzalez makes it 14-0 Buffaloes. Another 70-yard drive. Devin Ross capping it off with a 17-yard touchdown. He's got 3 career touchdowns. 2 of them have come against Colorado State. The redshirt junior taking a big role this season has the Buffs in a good spot halfway through the first. How does Marty English, who's back in the defensive coordinator spot after a year away from being the DC at Colorado State, how does his defense respond right now after a 14-0 outburst?
Well, he's got to have some help from his offense, Adam, for one thing. They've had 2 3-and-outs.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's got a young, inexperienced defense. His secondary's experienced, but they're really taking advantage of the front. And we saw a very confident Colorado team and staff, older, experienced yesterday. And talking to Coach Bobo and his staff, a lot of inexperience on that Colorado State side.
Another excellent kick by Gonzalez. CSU out to the 25-yard line. Mac, obviously we've been kind of hyperbolizing it. It is the best college football opening weekend ever. It's 4 top 25 matchups, tied for the most ever since the AP poll was enacted, and this is one of them. It'll cap off our ABC triple header. Don't know Alabama's quarterback just yet. We do know Max Brown is going to go for USC. Is there anything that you see that separates these two teams that'll face off at 8 Eastern?
I would think Alabama has the advantage because of depth. They're a lot deeper. We did USC Colorado last year. They're still not back to where they have the full depth. They've got some great players,
yep.
But I think depth will be the difference in that ballgame.
New defensive coordinator this year, or at the end of last year, new coaching staff at the end of last year. Here's Izzy Matthews trying to work his way to the outside, and man, Falabi Laguda just stuck with the play.
A lot of penetration with Addison Gilliam that we talked about. He hadn't played for a year. He misses the tackle in the backfield. So it goes from a 2-yard loss to a 2-yard gain. Got to keep his head up and do a good job tackling.
And this Colorado State offense, that pro-style, Georgia-style offense, moved the football against the more veteran Colorado defense. Jim Leavitt, the defensive coordinator for the Buffaloes, said he feels like he has a Pac-12 level defense. Izzy Matthews, he's got very quick feet, but not a lot of space. He gets closed out by Tedrick Thompson. And again, another 3rd down. Colorado State trying to avoid a 3rd straight 3-and-out.
Yeah, Colorado feels really, really good about their depth. They had so many injuries last year, and they've been able to stop them on 1st and 2nd down. They forced Colorado State into 3rd down and 4 and 5, and then they try to match up man-to-man and bring some pressure. And Colorado State has not had the ability to get open yet with their young wide receivers.
Four-man rush. Stevens with time. The timing was not good, though, with Olabisi Johnson. The throw was almost a little bit too early. Johnson hadn't turned around just yet. The ball was already on its way. We like that timing to be there, but just a little off on that.
Well, and Nick Stevens had pressure on the first 2 third downs, so he very well could have felt the pressure. They go with the four-man rush only. They don't have much pressure on him, but a really good defense by Colorado once again, and Nick Stevens has not gotten off to the start that he wanted to.
3 straight 3-and-outs for Colorado State, and Jay McIntyre avoids the first tackler and gets hit at the ankles by Deshaun Mays in special teams. Sefo Lufau has been very sharp, and this Colorado offense has been very sharp because of it so far.
They didn't have much question mark with him coming in. We said in the open he lost 25 pounds. He's very confident. He's well. He's 100%. He can run. He can throw. He is their captain. He is their leader. He's been very accurate. He's been good with his feet. And Colorado has a chance with another drive here to take a commanding lead, basically because of the ability and confidence of this young man.
Making his 30th career start, Sefo Lufau. Toss play. Here's Lindsey, who's had a good first half. And Lindsey takes it across the 35-yard line, running in to Kevin Davis. Sefo Lufau says he gets his toughness from his dad, Joe, from American Samoa, who joined the Army in the United States at age 18. He was stationed in Fort Carson in Colorado. Sefo would play hoops with his dad and his dad's Army buddies, and they'd go, hey, don't you dare call a foul. We're playing no fouls in this game. Lindsey again. Davis is right there. Man, he's got so much speed from that Mike linebacker spot. He and Thompson are there for the stop, and it's 3rd down and short.
He wears number 13 in honor of his dad. His uncle was a throwing Samoan, Jack Thompson.
Jack Thompson.
This guy has got a lot of good guys, a lot of good role models in his background to help him get to Colorado.
And apparently they gave him the spot. I thought that was a favorable spot. Ended up being a 1st down at the 38-yard line.
Colorado State's going to bring the blitz with a 3-man front. Sefo's checking at the line of scrimmage.
They give him the freedom to do this in this offense. Here is the blitz, well protected, hit as he throws, and Bryce Bobo leaping high, making the grab in front of Simmons. Picks up 7 yards. Lufau took a hit, but we talked about his toughness.
He stood tall, he stepped up. Kevin Davis is right in his face. The tremendous leader for Colorado State. Outstanding throw and catch.
Lufau making a man miss, and there goes Sefo Lufau. Across the 45-yard line, a 1st down, a run of a dozen.
Yeah, it's really good block. Zone read play, reads the defensive end. They've done such a great job up inside with Philip Lindsey. They closed on Lindsey and he kept the ball outside.
Lindsey trying to spin forward, and he lost the football. Colorado State has it. Man, was that a break that the Rams needed. Lindsey spinning and lost it, and it is scooped up by the Rams. Mays forced it. Schlager got it.
Something Colorado State needed so badly. Philip Lindsey's twisting in the line of scrimmage. He turns, the ball's knocked loose. Colorado State gets the ball. Now their offense has to make some plays. They haven't made a 1st down yet in this ball game. Coach Bobo's sitting over there saying, I got to figure out something to give us an advantage here against this older, experienced, and tough Colorado defense.
And sure enough, what he's going to do is go to the other quarterback. Molly told you that Fatone Bauta, the graduate transfer from Georgia, will have a package in this offense, and this is what he does. He runs the football and takes it to the 34 on a gain of 4. So Bauta out of Brooklyn, New York, went to Dwyer High School in Florida. Grad transfer, as you mentioned. He was recruited by Mike Bobo at Georgia. Made 1 career start in his 4 years in the program there. That was last year against Florida. Probably a game that he wants to forget. But he's got to come in and see if he can use his feet and his arm, the combination of the two, to try to move the ball for CSU. Four-man rush. He's got time. Dawkins is able to hold on and takes a punishing hit from Chidobe Awuzie after just 2 yards. It'll set up third down medium here.
And even Nick Stevens told us that Bauta probably knows the Georgia offense better than the Mike Bobo offense better than he does. So he's coming in here with a lot of confidence. This is a huge third down and 4. Let's see if Bauta can complete a pass, make this first down, something Nick Stevens has not been able to do, so they can stay on the field.
3 straight 3-and-outs.
It's going to be man coverage with pressure.
They're going to drop it back. 4-man rush and a rushed throw. Looking for Dalton Fackrell out of the tight end spot, and Bauta cannot connect on a couple of awkward-looking throws. I think he may have saw what you saw there, Mac. Colorado and Jim Levitt disguising there.
Jim Levitt's done a great job. The first 2 third downs, he brings pressure. He's got man coverage. He shows man coverage and pressure. The last 2 times and backs out, and quarterbacks have gotten the ball out of their hands too fast. Concerned about the pressure.
So another 3-and-out, and the pressure nearly got to Hayden Hunt again. Forces a tough kick to the near sideline. And this is going to be good field position coming up for Colorado. We're back in 30 seconds. Well, 2 different quarterbacks, same results so far. Colorado State seemingly can't move the football. And Mike Bobo is trying to find the right combination and the right guy to turn the key. For Colorado State's offense, they've had 4 touches and 4 punts and 4 3-and-outs. And the Buffaloes off to a good start. Will take a shot, and separation for Shea Fields. He had a 65-yarder last year in the Rocky Mountain Showdown. This one for 61 and another Buffaloes touchdown. They thought Shea Fields would be the big play threat with Nelson Spruce, the all-time Pac-12 receptions leader, gone. So far, the experiment's working.
He was the 2nd leading receiver last year. He's a guy that can absolutely fly, and Colorado State was worried about matchups if they got in one-on-one situations.
This will be reviewed. Did he break the plane? You saw Tyree Simmons and Jake Schlager there, and did he go down before breaking the plane? And that's going to be the question. The ball popping out is not the question at all. It's whether his knee went down or not.
And the concerns for Colorado State, Colorado's offense has been able to do anything they want. They've run up inside, they've run outside, they've thrown the ball outside, they've been able to throw it short, they're throwing it deep. So they really have Colorado State's defense on their heels right now.
Yeah, and you're looking at probably the best angle of this is the knee down before the ball breaks the plane. I would say no there, but is it indisputable video evidence for the replay booth led by David Lambros? And if it's not, then the call on the field of touchdown will stand.
That's why you love instant replay. It gives us a chance to have the guys that make the best plays win the game. And in this case, I think they'll bring it back and spot it inside the 1.
And if that is the case, you take the touchdown away from Shea Fields. Unfortunate for him, good for Colorado State, but still the big play threat continues to be Shea Fields. He did it last year with a big 65-yard score, and this one a 60-yard play if it is indeed overturned and the touchdown's taken off the board.
And Adam, I would think Colorado already has the play called from the 6-inch line or in.
The runner was down, knee down, short of the goal line by half a yard. 1st and 10, 1st and goal, Colorado.
Terry Layden, who officiated the college football playoff championship game between Alabama and Clemson. Colorado man himself is our lead official, and indeed the touchdown is off the board. And the Buffaloes probably close to having their play ready to go for 1st and goal after a 60-yard strike.
The question now with this new offense, do you keep two tights? Do you keep a tight and an H-back? Or do you split them out and still have the ability to run inside? I would think we would see the old Colorado offense with a lot of big guys in there.
That's indeed going to be the case. Here we go.
Quarterback sneak.
Lufau with a flag thrown from the near side of the field.
I would say it would probably be offsides by the defense, which will not matter.
Let's see if he indeed is ruled past the plane as well. Never got an official touchdown signal either.
Offside. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. First down will be repeated.
Well, if you're going to be offsides, this is the place to be offsides.
Absolutely.
Inside the 1 yard line, it's going to cost you about 6 inches or so. This might as well be the spot that you're going to do it.
Get some penetration, might knock a ball loose. Official could miss the call. And you've got a quarterback 225 pounds.
Lufau lunging forward again, trying to break that very close plane. And he's going to be ruled short. Colorado State's front, a young, thin front tonight with some injuries and suspension, getting the stop. Boy, over the top. That was very close. Lufau is trying to break it over the top.
You've got to be careful with quarterback sneak here that you don't reach the ball out and have someone knock it loose. Now they're in the true eye.
And they'll give it to Lindsey, and he cruises in for a Colorado touchdown. Philip Lindsey, who is going to be the lead guy for Colorado more than likely this season, has proven it so far in just the opening quarter. Shea Fields had a big strike in this game last year. He set it up for Lindsey. We're back at 30. Colorado off to a red-hot start. Last year, Colorado State led 14-0 very early. It was Colorado that came back and made it a game, but Colorado State had a lot of numbers in their favor early in the game last year, too. Not the case for Mike Bobo in his second Rocky Mountain Showdown. Colorado State's offense has to respond right now.
We got to remember, rival game, neutral site. Colorado State's not going away. They're going to keep fighting, but they've got to have some quarterback play and move this ball.
Diego Gonzalez loves kicking at elevation, and indeed another touchback. So CSU goes back to work, and they will go back to Nick Stevens after he got pulled for a drive. Bauta didn't really look all that sharp. Stevens has had a lot of pressure on him. Last year, he earned the starting job for every game, but remember who he was replacing. He was replacing the Mountain West Conference Offensive Player of the Year in Garrett Grayson, who goes on to be a draft pick of the Saints. This year, competition, Bauta comes in. He's kind of looking over his shoulder. He says he likes that, though.
I really think it's made him a better football player. It'll put him in a better spot in this situation. Sometimes it's good to get on that bench and just watch the defense and see what they're trying to do to you before you come back in.
Izzy Matthews on first down, trying to push the pile. Just 2 yards on the play. Thompson and Carroll are right there. Mac, I know it's only been a quarter, but Jim Leavitt's defense, he was raving about it yesterday. Last year compared to this year, they're bigger, they're stronger, they're more experienced. All of those things in his second year as the DC.
That leads to a lot more confidence, and he can have better play calls. When you believe in your defense, you believe in the players, you can take more chances.
On second down, checked it back to Matthews. Could not keep his feet. Another third down, medium, long, 3rd down and 6 coming up here for Colorado State's offense.
And this has been the down where Jim Leavitt's been an all-star tonight. He's come twice on 3rd down. He's shown blitz and man up twice and backed out. and he's really gotten the quarterbacks disrupted for Colorado State. They're showing man under again. Let's see if they come after him. They've got a 3-man front with man coverage.
They have passed incomplete on all 4 third-down plays. They'll do it again. Blitz gets to the quarterback. The ball is loose, and the Buffaloes have it. Kenneth Olubode. Missed assignment in the backfield.
Missed assignment in the backfield. Jimmy Gilbert Jr. is coming off the corner. He's a guy that can come. They also brought the linebacker up underneath. And Oli Boudet is right there to jump on the fumble. But again, Jim Levitt dials it up. He brings the linebacker. He makes a 3-man front. He turns it into a 4-man front. And Jimmy Gilbert, whose dad played basketball at Texas A&M, sister played basketball at Texas A&M, mom played basketball in North Texas. This guy's got a lot of ability in his family, and you could see that basketball ability coming out on his pass rush.
Lou Fowl gets a block from Lindsey and then gets crammed after a gain of 2 yards by Evan Colorito. It is all Colorado through 1. Sefo Lufau has led the charge for the Buffaloes, who have had the better of this all-time Rocky Mountain Showdown series. Meeting number 88, going the Buffaloes' way through a quarter here in Denver. Field and Stream Stores kickoff week. All Colorado through 1 quarter of the Rocky Mountain Showdown here in 2016. And if you're Marty English, the defensive coordinator of Colorado State, I mean, he's red in the face. He's been red in the face pretty much the whole afternoon so far, just getting after his team.
A lot of new faces on that Colorado State defense. They're doing more 3-4. It's just been a tough start. They need to knock a ball loose. They need to make them kick a field goal here.
Lufau backpedaling, and he'll throw incomplete. Good pressure that time from Darnell Thompson off the edge. Junior out of Raleigh, North Carolina. 3rd down and 8. Molly, that was an incompletion to the left for Sefo Lufau. He's worked on that.
Yeah, he hired his own private quarterback coach this offseason named Alex Brink, and Brink told me that Lufau struggled throwing to the left because of a back injury that he had earlier in his career, saying it caused lower back stiffness and didn't allow him to throw to the highest point.
Working on it here, Lufau on the move, on the run, and he will be caught short. Good job rallying to the football by Kyle Robinson. A very good pass rusher, excellent tackler.
It's a good, safe call by Colorado's offensive coordinators because you still have a right to kick. You need the 3 points. You need to push it to 24-0, and a real good stop by Colorado State.
Much needed at that, and that'll force a Diego Gonzalez field goal try. No, they're going to keep. Well, they'll bring Diego out there. Well, for a second, he might come back, but it'll be a chip shot, 25-yarder for the lefty. Remember, had the missed field goal at the end of regulation last year that was ticked, and he had the game winner in overtime. And now a penalty marker comes flying in with the delay of game call.
Delay of game against the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Not the worst penalty in the world. He actually moves back 5 yards, gives him a little bit less of a tough angle to kick from.
Yes, there's some penalties that really do not matter, Adam, and that's one of them. Sometimes Colorado State might even consider turning it down, so he has to kick with a short angle.
So again, he had some struggles. He went 18 of 29 a year ago, but he's got good leg. This one just a 30-yard try. Robert Orban is the holder. And the lefty Gonzalez with some heat on that one drills it through. So Colorado gets points, 24-0 lead here in the second. Cam the Ram 24 died the day of last year's Rocky Mountain Showdown, unfortunately, but Cam the Ram 25, his half-brother, has taken over the reins. Still very small. He'll be fully grown in 2017 when Colorado State and Mike Bobo open up their new on-campus facility. But right now, Mike's worried about just getting some offense going. They got to stop. They forced just a field goal. That's good. There's something positive there for him.
Mike's got a really young football team that responded there just before the last break with a stop. Now he's got to get something going on offense. Even the Rams inexperienced, Adam.
Yeah, I think that's a kind of a
it is.
He pretty much represents the youth of this Rams football team.
They really do.
Another touchback from Gonzalez. And for the first time tonight, we visit with Tim Hortons enthusiast, Adnan Verk, in the studio.
You're practicing all off-season for that, Adam. I mean, great to hear your voice again, brother. Furman taking on Michigan State. Tyler O'Connor to Felton Davis III. So the Michigan State Spartans off and rolling here. 14-3. The third quarter is just underway. And also Baylor take on Northwestern State. Seth Russell to K.D. Cannon, just like the Bears drew it up. The offense working early, Adam. 33-0. Back to you and Mac.
Yeah, and then questions for both of those teams, Michigan State and Baylor, the teams that have been in big bowl games the last couple of years. There's Marvin Kinsey, the freshman, getting the run. Solid run of 5 on first down. Mac, we talked about the questions that loom over Michigan State. New quarterback, Connor Cook goes. They've got to fill that spot. Baylor, the terrible, tumultuous offseason. Jim Grobe comes in. Where do you see those teams? I know it's two different stories, but where do you see those teams right now?
Baylor's a much older football team. They've got a lot of talent. Jim Grobe's an outstanding coach. They lack some depth. I think they're under 70 scholarships now. Yep. 11 of their 22 signees were released. So a big year for Baylor, but I think they brought in the right guy with Jim Grobe because he's got a chance to get them going.
Michigan State at least looking sharp early so far without Connor Cook at quarterback. Another third down. It's been 3 and out after 3 and out for Colorado State on offense. 3rd down and 4 here. Buffaloes bring pressure on 3rd down, and Stevens was hit as he threw. Kenneth Olubode came in with pressure once again, forcing the 6th 3 and out for the CSU offense. And Jim Leavitt, I don't think this quarterback crew, whether it's Bauta or Stevens, knows what's coming right now.
No, he's dialing it up. Once again, he locks up in man coverage. He shows the blitz, but this time he comes and hits the quarterback. Another quarterback hit. The quarterbacks aren't having a lot of time in some cases for Colorado State, but they really have them disrupted. What a punt.
Great punt once again from one of the best in the country. Fair catch signaled by Jay McIntyre. Well, I talked with Holly Rowe earlier today about what to expect from Notre Dame in Texas. Charlie Strong is going to tell Holly and the rest of the country on Sunday on ABC right before kickoff who is going to be the starting quarterback. Is it going to be Gerard Hurd? Is it going to be Shane Bussell? Either way, there is no drop-off in terms of belief. Charlie Strong told Holly and their crew earlier today, no matter who we pick as a starting quarterback, the team is going to buy in regardless. You'll be there in Austin to see all that happen.
Yeah, Tyrone Swoops is in that mix too, Adam. Gerard's going to play some wide receiver. Players know. They already know who's going to play.
Exactly. Here is Donovan Lee on the run, and Colorado's offense picking up right where it left off. A 9-yard run right there.
Yes, Colorado hadn't slowed down at all. They've started with a pitch outside on about 3 of the series, but these guys are you start looking at the co-coordinators, the Texas Tech mix with the old Colorado offense. It's working right now, Adam.
And Brian Lindgren, remember, is the other co-offensive coordinator, and he's the one who's calling the plays with Cheverini on the field, giving a lot of good insight. Swing it to the outside for Devin Ross. He's got the first down to the 25-yard line. So inside their own 15, they get that first down.
They wanted to stay on the field. They haven't had a 3 and out. That was really important to them. They needed some explosive plays. They've had that. They wanted quarterback runs. That's working for them. They're running inside and outside. Selfo's being very accurate. This offense is hitting on all cylinders.
Off a light fake and a bad throw there from Lufau. This is what we were talking about with Molly. Just trying to make sure the accuracy on throws to the left because of that back issue that Lufau was dealing with earlier in his career, making sure that the throws are a little sharper. You saw his frustration there. He knows it.
Well, when you've worked on it the entire offseason and summer and you know it's been a problem for you, sometimes in the early game you might go back to old habits. So it'll take him a while to get comfortable with his throwing to the left.
Design quarterback run for Lufau. Flag is thrown, and Lufau gets upended by Kevin Nutt at the 30-yard line. We'll have to check the marker for a holding penalty.
Holding, number 76 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, second down.
Left tackle Nick Callender, 13th career start. Or, beg your pardon, I should say Jeremy Irwin. Left tackle, who was injured early last season in the second game of the year. Tore his ACL against UMass, so didn't get a chance to play in the Rocky Mountain Showdown. And Brian Lindgren has done a very solid job working with Darren Cheverini. We talked about the co-offensive coordinators. Lindgren is still the play caller. Former quarterback at Idaho. Lufau fakes the toss, runs right into Jacob Buys. Good play by the former walk-on, now on scholarship. No gain, and that's going to bring up third down and very long here. So big opportunity for Colorado State, not only for a stop, but for field position.
Well, and Colorado State does not think they can get pressure with 4. But I would think with this long distance, they're probably going to drop 7 and try to rush with 4 and keep the ball in front of them.
Yeah, and you're probably expecting screen or draw here for Colorado.
Yes.
Lufau setting up the screen underneath for Bobo. And Bryce, with a lot of room to try to cover, will get stopped shy of the 30-yard line.
Still a really good stop for Colorado State. Yep. Exactly what you want to make them throw it underneath.
And now some of the chippiness that we saw in last year's game in the first half. 2 penalty markers come flying in. Deshaun Mays was right in the thick of things, and Evan Colorado had to come over and settle him down. It was going to be 4th down and 6.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 74 of the offense. 4th down.
That is Alex Kelly, the redshirt senior, who again has a fumble recovery for a touchdown in this game, getting tagged with a penalty for a personal foul. But again, the penalties decline. They will take the 4th down play.
The goal.
Well, they will take the yardage. Yeah, the yardage will come. I beg your pardon there, but it's still.
It's a dead ball foul.
It'll be 4th down. It was dead ball, not live ball. It was after the play, so half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, so that's huge.
That flips
huge
the field.
Yardage.
It's going to help flip the field for Colorado State here.
Yeah, you never know who hits first or what's said, but Alex Kelly's played nearly 1,000 plays at him. He knows better than that. This is a costly penalty because it's going to give Colorado State their first field position of the game.
Yeah, Alex Kinney, who averaged only 38 net last season, is going to need a boomer to try to flip the field. Robert Ruiz is back to return, coming off an ACL injury. Decent punt, but it's going to be good field position at the 40-yard line for Colorado State. Inside of 11 to play for the first half.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by BMW. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. And Heineken. Open your world. Enjoy responsibly.
Really enjoy being in Denver this week for the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Colorado, though, with a 24-0 lead on Colorado State, and it just has not looked very good for Mike Bobo and his offense so far. Lacking first downs. They've had 6 touches, 6 3-and-outs so far. More plays than total yards.
We knew when we talked to Jim Leavitt yesterday, he was talking about the experience, the confidence, and the depth of his defense. And those guys are playing at a very, very high level for an opening ball game.
And Will Friend, oh, go ahead.
No,
Coach.
Mike Bobo's a great offensive coordinator. He's going to have to come up with some way to make a first down.
We'll start with their best field position of the day. As a matter of fact, this is as far downfield as they've been from the 41. And Dawkins with the excellent moves to get to midfield. Rick Gamboa finally stopped him right at the 50-yard line. Just a shade into Colorado territory.
Now they're going up tempo.
It is Dawkins, and there is the first down of this game for Colorado State. Dawkins picks it up after a good run of 5 yards.
First time they were able to spread them out, then they came right back with a quick snap, and here they go again with up-tempo. That's what you do. Things aren't going, change it up. Don't keep doing the same stuff when it's not working. Go up-tempo, try to get Colorado on their heels, rest your defense a little bit.
Right back to Dawkins. He'll pick up 3. Redshirt junior out of Trinity High School, excellent program, transferred from Purdue. There is Will Friend, the second-year coordinator. 4 years as the O-line coach at Georgia under Mark Rick with Mike Bobo. Changing things up, as Mac just said. Swinging it to the outside. That play gets blown up by Chidobe Awuzie. Sammy Long had no time to react, and it's a loss of 2, and we've said it. This kid might be one of the top 5 defensive backs in the country.
Coaches think they've got 6 really good defensive backs. This guy's of Nigerian descent. His name means God will protect me and guide me in crisis. What a football player. What a kid. Really a special player.
Graduating in December with a degree in business operations management. He's a heartbeat. He's a spark plug. He's the lifeblood of this Colorado defense.
3rd and 10. Now what you want, what does Colorado do? Man up?
Now the play clock's winding down, Mac. They got to take a timeout.
Colorado State has requested their first time out of the half. 30 seconds in duration.
So 8:54 to play in the half. And it's time for We've Got You Covered. It's brought to you by Jiffy Lube. We talked about the edge defensive play from Awuzie.
He came out on the first 3rd down. They're sitting in here in man coverage. He's got his eyes back to the quarterback. He sees the ball, he breaks on it, makes a great play. Here they show man, but they're going to have a 4-man rush. It's too deep. He has his hands on the outside receiver to disrupt his route. Comes on underneath, gets the back out of the backfield. This guy's a football player. He can see it, he can break on it, and he can tackle in space. You got to love this young guy on and off the field. Special player, special leader, and he said he and all those seniors that signed with Mike McIntyre the first year are going to make sure that they leave Colorado with a great football team and a good record this year.
Molly, more on Chidobe.
Awuzie has had a lot of success at Colorado, but told me his goal this year is to translate it to team success. He became a more vocal leader, harped on the fundamentals with his teammates, and he said his mentality is see ball, get ball. Guys.
Yeah, he's been doing it so far, Molly. And speaking of which, right on cue, the Colorado defense there to blow it up. This time it's Afolabi Laguda. Maybe some of that is rubbing off from Chidobe to the rest of this defense, because he is a legit star, and the rest of this defense has looked like stars tonight.
Now, I've called plays some where you think the defense is in your huddle and they can hear every call, and that's the way Colorado's playing tonight. Good change up by Mike Bobo. Got the no huddle, got the tempo offense, but just got 1 first down. Now they've got to punt Colorado deep and keep them backed up.
Hayden Hunt trying to keep this one high and short. Good punt inside the 15, forcing the McIntyre fair catch. Colorado's got the ball when you come back to Denver. Best weekend ever. We're really excited for it. We've got 3 great games on ABC tomorrow. Philip Lindsay getting the swing pass, make that Donovan Lee out to the 19-yard line. We got the game day game, Wisconsin, LSU at Lambeau Field. What are your thoughts? What are you expecting when those two tangle in Wisconsin?
Well, what a fun matchup in Lambeau Field for college kids.
Absolutely.
They're talking about the Lambeau Leap. So it'll be interesting. I know Les is threatened them.
Les Miles says absolutely not. You better have your thumb out to hitchhike home if you do the Lambeau Leap. Here is Lindsay on the ground trying to churn forward, very close to the sticks. Jake Schlager, who's been dealing with a bit of a shoulder stinger after he had a fumble recovery in this game, was there for the stop. And based on this spot, it looks to be just a little short. Big chance for Colorado State to get Colorado's offense off the field here. They will not be able to do it. Philip Lindsay picks up the first down. LSU Wisconsin, I think the biggest and most intriguing and maybe underrated storyline. Dave Aranda, I think, is a future head coach in this sport. He's one of the smartest guys I've ever dealt with. He goes from Wisconsin to LSU as the D coordinator.
Well, and he's watched Paul Chryst call plays every day at practice for Wisconsin, so it'll be a real interesting matchup.
Lufau under pressure and brought down. Jacob Buys has started to pick things up in a young Colorado State front, and he gets the pressure and the sack on Lufau.
Yeah, Jacob was a walk-on, just trying to fight to hang in there. He got a scholarship, and what a great play for him. And this may be what Colorado State needs. Their defense is making a few more plays.
Yes.
Colorado's offense is struggling a little bit more.
Lufau to throw, and Jay McIntyre trying to spin and gets driven back. The forward progress will happen at about the 24-yard line. Josh Watson, Jordan Vaden both right there to charge and push McIntyre back, so 3rd and long coming up.
Colorado State playing with some more confidence on defense, keeping people in front of them.
Best drive we've seen probably. The last few plays is probably the best we've seen.
It is. Again, they can't get pressure out of their front four. Do they have to blitz and try to play man, or do they show blitz and back out, kind of like Colorado's doing?
They're going to blitz. They're bringing heat on Lufau. Thompson hits Lufau, who lofts it, and it's caught. Lindsey close to the sticks. He needed the 34, and he's very close. This is going to depend on the spot. Kevin Davis was hustling to try to stop Lindsey, who was found by Lufau on a miracle lob.
Really good job by Cepho, feeling the pressure, falling back away from it, and lobbing the ball over the top, but to the outside, away from the defense. And then Kevin Davis runs it down because he is a great football player. Big 94, Darnell Thompson rushing that quarterback. Really good play by Cepho.
And again, Davis got the tackle on Lindsey, and they're going to measure. And this is going to be very close. Just got the first down by about almost 3/4 of the football. Lufau has been taking a beating.
The ruling on first down on the preceding play is under further review.
Well, there is no denying Cepho Lufau's toughness, because when you got a 6'4", 270-pounder in Darnell Thompson coming after you, and you're able to get that play away and stand in, that speaks a lot about Lufau.
Well, and Molly talked to us about Cepho throwing to his left. Even though it was a screen, it wasn't your typical screen because he was falling back and had to throw the ball to the outside. Very good play by the quarterback. And Adam, you were talking about LSU. People want to see quarterback play from LSU. We know how good the running back is.
Yeah.
Fournette's going to play good, so that should be a fun matchup.
They're checking to see if Philip Lindsey made the line to gain. The line to gain was the 34-yard line. You can review the line to gain, the forward progress, if it deals with either the first down marker or the touchdown or a score.
Colorado State told us Kevin Davis was the man. He is all over the field.
Davis and Vaden both there. See Davis trying to wrap up, and Vaden coming in. This was, by the way, not a review from the booth. This was a challenge by Colorado State from the sidelines.
It's a huge play for them. They get the ball back, they get field position, they get the rest of their defense, they get more confidence because they had a stop. Huge play.
Yeah, because again, you're at the 34. I don't think Colorado with a 24-0 lead might be looking to try to go on 3rd down.
After review, the runner was down at the 33-yard line, 1 yard short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down, Colorado.
In fact, that really is. I know people are looking at the score and going, "Ah, who cares?" That's an important play right there with inside of 6 to go here in this half.
It is. You don't want Colorado State to get their confidence and take any momentum into halftime, even though Colorado's going to get the ball to start the second half. But obviously, the Colorado offense not quite as sharp the last 2 times. Colorado State's defense has settled down, got a pretty good beat on them right now.
Kinney gets it away. Good punt. Robert Ruiz has to step up to the 21-yard line on a 46-yard kick. Can Colorado State move the ball? They haven't been able to so far yet. We talked about Colorado State trying to move the football. They take a shot on 1st down. Nick Stevens trying to launch one downfield to Michael Gallup, and a good play by Akello Witherspoon to deny him.
It's play action up inside on 1st down. Good call. Outstanding throw by Stevens. Gallup is a young guy that got hurt. He is from Butler College, junior college, and Coaches felt like he had a chance to make a huge difference in that ball game, and if he catches that ball, we've got us a 24-6 game. Really good throw by Stevens, good protection, good change up. You've seen Mike Bobo try to change the tempo, and now he's going deep. So he's trying to get something going with Colorado State.
Paul Thurston, the transfer from Nebraska, who actually had a couple of uncles play at Colorado. Redshirt senior out of Arvada, Colorado, needs help getting off the field here. That's tough to see. He was a big addition for a front line on the offensive end that's actually got a lot of veterans on it. Well, Thurston's going to come out of the game.
Okay, here's a guy, senior, 6'5", 300. They don't need to lose him.
Yep. Colby Meeks is going to check into the game to play in that left guard position. We got Trey Moxley out there as well for the Colorado State front five. On second down. And keep it on the ground here with Dawkins. He gets a block from Nolan Peralta at the fullback spot. Well, that's a decent maintenance play to get to the 28-yard line. Pick up 6, third down and 4. 5:20 on the clock and counting for this half.
Going to the line of scrimmage, no huddle. Trying to keep them from substituting so they can't get a special blitz package in. Third down's been very difficult for Colorado State.
0 for 7, Mac. Safety blitz being shown by the Buffaloes, and they're going to bring heat. And in the vacated spot left by Laguda, they'll flip it out to Dalen Dawkins. That's a good read by Nick Stevens. Blitz came from his right. That's where he threw it, and they got the first down.
Good play call, good read, good first down. Nick Stevens is getting much more comfortable. You see him, he feels the blitz. They're bringing the blitz from the field. They pick it up well. Dawkins gets it, turns around, makes the play.
And now Dawkins again with a strong run near midfield. 13 yards there off the left side of the line. And now Colorado State using tempo. And a timeout call by Colorado.
Colorado has requested their first timeout of the half.
We'll take the timeout with them. The Buffaloes defense on its heels. This one's in Orlando, Monday night, ESPN app, 8 o'clock Eastern time. This is a top 12 matchup here. Ole Miss, Florida State. I would say Chad Kelly's probably the most talented quarterback coming back for an SEC team. And Dalvin Cook might be, what, top 3 running backs in the country right now? These two are going to be at it on Monday night.
Dalvin's definitely a guy for the Heisman. You've got a young quarterback at Florida State. You've got two very talented teams, top to bottom, and it's in Orlando. So you take the older quarterback, the great running back, and home field for Florida State. Should be another great game this weekend.
So among everybody who's got all these quarterback questions, Ole Miss does not. Florida State does. They're going to go with DeAndre Francois, a young guy at quarterback for them.
Yes,
every team feels like every team's got a new quarterback.
Yeah, and Jimbo Fisher will not be sleeping very well with a freshman quarterback. That's just what happens, and it's all about the unknown. You're responsible for how he plays, and you're really not sure how he's going to play because you have no control after that game starts. For the freshman quarterback.
Mark your calendars, October the 29th, Florida State, Clemson. A lot of people believe that if any conference is going to get 2 teams into the college football playoff, it would be the ACC with Clemson and Florida State, 2 top 4 teams in the preseason poll as well. They're going to play this year in Tallahassee. Rolling out, Stevens under pressure, got rid of it to Peralta, but he gets covered up nicely by Rick Gamboa. Pressure got in that time for Colorado once again.
Yeah, Rick's just a sophomore. He was their leading tackler from last year. Really heady football player. That was a nude play where you fake the run inside, you come outside, you don't have a blocker. Good job by Nick Stevens getting his eyes around, hitting the back in the flat.
Off the fake, pressure off the safety spot, the corner spot, and an incompletion to Gallup. Play again, Tedrick Thompson off the safety spot was coming in. It just does not look like Nick Stevens knows when the next pressure is coming and where it's coming from.
And on that play, Adam, they had a mix-up in the backfield because you had a mix-up with your backs on the blocking, and the safety comes, so obviously the back didn't see the safety, and big boy comes in and makes a great play. Tedrick Thompson's an outstanding football player, really heady player.
They just got their first third down conversion 1 for 8. Can Colorado State stay on the field on offense? Four-man rush. Stevens with time, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chidobe Awuzie, and he's down near the 40-yard line. If you did not know the name Chidobe Awuzie, a star is being born on a Friday night in Denver.
Your leaders, your stars make the play. This is a seam route down inside. He stays on the back shoulder. He steps inside of the receiver. He comes back. Great block when you start looking at this Colorado defense. They're helping each other. They're playing hard. But this guy's a football player. He loves it. He's a leader.
Lou Fowl and the Colorado offense goes right back to work. This is Devin Ross, and he picks up about 6 yards. Molly, Chidobe Awuzie has been a stud so far.
Yeah, that's right, Adam. But Coach McIntyre fired up, telling his offense to battle their tempo by pushing the ball, get them back on their heels. And he pointed to another one of his leaders, Philip Lindsay, and said, "Let's go. I'm looking at you."
On second down, Lou Fowl with a pump and a toss for Bryce Bobo, and a little too tall. Jordan Vaden had the coverage. 3rd down and 4 coming up. That's the type of play you can put out there on 2nd down and 4 when you had such a good 1st down play.
Well, they faked the quick and then tried to go deep. Colorado State played it well. Very unlike Bryce Bobo to lose his eye contact and not get the eyes on the ball.
3rd down and 4 coming up. They motion Lindsay out, pressure from Colorado State, and what a snare by Devin Ross for the 1st down. Reaching high and holding on at the 47-yard line. Devin Ross already a touchdown in this game. Penalty marker comes flying in as Lou Fowl will take a shot downfield, and it is hauled in by Bryce Bobo. What a one-handed catch. You got to check the penalty flag back at midfield. If it's against the defense, it's a 46-yarder.
Any one of the defense, the penalty is declined. Push down Colorado.
A free play for the Buffaloes for 46.
Perfect throw. What a catch. Good job by Bryce Bobo, who dropped the ball before, going back, really heady play. Great catch.
Remember that for your highlight show tonight. 1st and goal. Lindsay breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Colorado.
Great team football, Adam. The defense gets the turnover and the offense takes it right down and scores. Very impressed with Sefo. Sefo Luau looks like the guy that last year, but much thinner, much more confident, much better player.
Gonzalez makes it 31-0. The pick by Awuzie, and then Bryce Bobo with the catch of the night, the catch of the first couple of days of the college football season so far.
That'll definitely be a Sports Center top 10 tonight. All the guys wanted to be on Sports Center. That was their key. That was their goal. Win the game, get me a shot on Sports Center. Bryce will be back.
Bobo with the control with one hand, stepping out of bounds, and then the touchdown. Lindsay broke through Darnell Thompson. Just threw him off of him and got the score.
Yeah, and Darnell 6'4", 270.
Junior out of Aurora, Colorado, Denver South. You will not find a more passionate young man to talk to than Philip Lindsay. Inspirational kid, wants to be a police officer in his community when he gets back and gets out of football. He's talking about how much the kids in his area look up to him because he plays college football. Kids tend to look up to the athletes that go off to big schools and go play games. in front of a lot of people, and that's been the case for Philip Lindsay. Already his second touchdown of the night. Out to the 25-yard line again comes Colorado State, and we join Ryerson's finest Adnan Burke in the studio.
Just emptying the tank early and often here, Amin. Coming up in the halftime report, Stanford's Christian McCaffrey had a highlight reel play, but would it actually count? Also, Bama USC, a preview. The Trojans have a ton of talent. How do they stack up against the defending champions? Plus, Baylor so far is bowling after an offseason of upheaval. Plenty of offense so far. All that more coming up the half with Danny and Joey. Adam, back to you.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys in 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Excited to see how Stanford's going to react to tonight's ball game. Again, Bill, you know Bill Snyder about as well as any coach. Colorado State trying to add to those 59 total yards as Dawkins takes it up the middle. Kansas State trying to rebuild a little bit, trying to add players. It's a tough assignment to go week 1 against Christian McCaffrey, a potential Heisman winner.
Yeah, tough opener for Bill Snyder. Got some inexperience at quarterback, but he does more with less than anybody in coaching, so he'll have them hanging in there against a great Stanford team.
Toss play to Dawkins. Got the pulling guard out there as well. Addison Gillum there to make the stop after a 4-yard run. 3rd down and short.
And Adam, fans will get frustrated with the play selection at Colorado State. You got to make something happen good. You can't just drop back now. You're not protecting. You're not throwing the ball well enough. You go back and do what you do. And they're just trying to run the ball and establish something, get into halftime, try to regroup, and start the game over for the second half.
Starts with a 3rd down and short. Try to stay on the field here. Trap play. Go to the fullback in Izzy Matthews, and he's able to churn his way to a 1st down. Good play call there. Still 2 timeouts, 90 seconds. Clock stops after a 1st down to reset the chains and goes on the referee's signal. Shot position here. 1st down at their own 39-yard line. Off play action. Deep drop, taking a shot downfield. Elroy Masters Jr. is out there, and it was nearly taken away by Akello Witherspoon.
Colorado's coaches felt like they have 6 defensive backs that can play with anybody, and they got these 2 tall corners that are very, very talented. And Witherspoon is a guy that people don't talk about a lot, but he is very, very talented coming out of Sacramento Community College.
And this feels like a Pac-12 defense. That's what Jim Leavitt told us yesterday. On 2nd down, underneath, they go to Dawkins in space. Beg your pardon, that's Michael Gallup. And he's got the 1st down. He works his way to the 47-yard line. 14 yards there. They've got 2 timeouts still. The clock stops on the 1st down. They've got a chance to get a touchdown here. 4 in the pattern. Long out route, and I'm not sure who was doing the wrong thing. Danny Wosu from the tight end spot went out. Stevens threw up, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Colorado playing with a 3- and 4-man rush right now, letting Colorado State have some underneath stuff. It'll be interesting to see if Jim Leavitt dials up a blitz and comes after him here. Looks like man coverage, showing blitz.
Here it comes. They bring 5. There's the pressure and the sack. Kenneth Olubode does it again. Colorado State might need a timeout here. A loss of 14 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and long, and maybe Mike Bobo is saying, hey, let's take away as much of the clock as possible.
I don't think you take time out. You're hoping you can get a punt. Get it off. Don't let Colorado have a shot to score. Safety blitz comes in from the quarterback's left side. Once again, the back doesn't touch him. Ole Boudet, great play. Leavitt let him have a couple of throws, and then he decided that's enough. They're getting your field goal position. Let's come after them.
A first half rout for the Colorado Buffaloes in the 88th Rocky Mountain Showdown. My second favorite Canadian, my second favorite Ohio State Buckeye, like my 15th favorite Seminole. Adnan, Joey, and Danny have the halftime show. All Colorado in that opening half of play. Ralphie was running all over the Rams in that opening half. An impressive effort, 31-0. Colorado on top in the 88th Rocky Mountain Showdown here in Denver. Adam Amin, Mac Brown, Molly McGrath in a moment as well. Listen, I know a lot of people are going to see 31. Obviously, it's a great number in one half of play, but the 0, I think, matters more to Colorado when it comes to Mike McIntyre, Jim Leavitt. This defense is improved. They're older, they're more experienced, and they look like it in the first 30 minutes of the year.
And they thought they would be good. When we talked to him yesterday, he said, we are now a Big 12 defense, and they've got leaders to prove it more than anything else. The #1 leader has been Chidobe Awuzie, and he's a guy that's played all over the field. He plays inside, he plays outside. You see him in this situation up under the receiver. He breaks on the ball so well from a back pedal, and then he can run. He can make plays with his feet. He can make plays with his eyes. Looking back into the backfield of the quarterback, he sees the bubble screen. He beats the blocker, the big tight end on the corner, and he makes the play for a sack. You've got to have leaders like this to play defense like they did in the first half, and there's none better than the way Cheeto has played in this first half.
Buffs ball to start the half, and out of the back of the end zone. Moments ago, Molly McGrath caught up with Mike Bobo.
Coach, you switched up the tempo in the second quarter. What do you need to do to get your offense going?
We need to get some first downs. You know, we didn't play very well defensively, offensively either. We couldn't get any first downs to slow down the momentum. We got to be able to go fast and try to get some first downs. We just need to do it one play at a time. We're struggling. But the only way to get back is one play at a time.
What does your defense need to do to slow down Cepho and the Buffs offense?
We need to get lined up. We need to get off blocks.
All right, thank you, Coach.
I mean, frustration is very apparent. You heard it with Mike and Molly right there. And Colorado trying to pick up where it left off. And Philip Lindsay, who had 2 touchdowns in that first half. It's drilled out by Tyrese Simmons after a gain of 5. Coach, I was thinking about this, though. Last time, at the end of last year, you guys called a bowl game, TCU, Oregon, exact same score, I believe, at the halftime break in a game that turned out to be very wild and ended up going to the other team's favor and TCU's favor.
Yeah, the difference is Oregon lost a great quarterback and their starting center.
Sure.
So there were reasons to change it. Now Colorado State's got to change it.
4-man rush on second down. Lufau throws off that back foot in the air and knocked away by Tyrese Simmons. Bobo was there, and as we've talked about, Simmons is the guy with the experience. There's not a ton of it back there. Simmons has played well so far.
Simmons has played well. He's the boundary corner. He's made some really good plays. They need to come up with a turnover. They need to get some confidence to start the second half. Mike Bobo said it the best, start over. Play to play. Colorado, Mike McIntyre said exactly the same thing. Start this game over.
Another 4-man rush, and the out route is good for a first down to Devin Ross. 10 yards on third down to move the chains.
Knew exactly the distance they needed. Ross got to that marker. He turns it out. They're working a faster guy on Kevin Davis. Really good play call, good execution by Colorado.
And they pick up the tempo right where they left off in the first half. Here's Ross, incomplete. Ends up dropping the pass.
And that play was made by Tyrese Simmons because he's fighting the blocker. He got penetration, and he made the receiver, Ross, take his eyes off the ball. Got to catch it before you can run with it.
They worked off Johnny Huntley, a very young receiver, a freshman. And Simmons was able to break that block and break up the play. On second down, Lindsay. It turns what could have been a negative play into a positive. 3 yards there. Jacob Buys, who's had a solid opening night so far, runs him down.
Yeah, you can't miss tackles. That should have been a no gain play, and it ends up turning into a big gainer. Puts him in a third down and makeable situation now.
Donovan Lee is in, and he'll line up wide as Lindsay comes off, so they'll empty it out on third down and 7. Only 3 with their hand down for CSU, but they rush 5. Lufau over the middle into a tight window, and Devin Ross gets the catch and the first down at the 40-yard line. Back-to-back third down completions to Devin Ross.
Yeah, Devin Ross is a guy that caught 9 balls against UCLA last year, Adam. He'd been around before.
Lufau, nothing open on the left. Flush to the right, and a patient Sefo Lufau finds Shea Fields on first down for 5 yards. That's great protection, too.
Great protection. He moves around. He's got the ability with his feet. This is an important drive for Colorado because you didn't want to come out flat and give Colorado the impression, or Colorado State the impression that you're through and not interested in the second half.
Big boys up front doing it now for Lindsey, or Lee rather, as he takes it to the 32-yard line. Picks up 3. Toby McBride on the stop. Third down and short coming up.
Could very well be 4 downs here because you've got a big lead. You don't want to take a chance at long field goals.
It's kind of no man's land out here, right?
No man's land. Go ahead and take 2 shots at it.
And a whistle from Colorado. Timeout.
Colorado has requested their first time out of the half.
So Mike McIntyre putting some
Time
stock
out
in the
on the
third
field.
down and 2. We'll step aside. We're the appetizer. Main course comes your way tomorrow, and it's a very large meal for you, starting up at noon Eastern on ABC with Oklahoma and Houston. Brian Greasy checks in from Lambeau Field. He, Steve Levy, and Todd McShay will have the call from Lambeau for LSU Wisconsin, a game that might get done in like 2.5 hours.
There's going to be a lot of running on both sides with play action pass, and the reports that we're getting is Fournette's ankles well, so it'll be a handful for Wisconsin's defense.
Brian Greasy also told us that Corey Clement, he feels, has fire this year. He was very disappointed in his 2015 last year. He's very excited to get back on the field. Lufau on third down and short. Boy, second and third effort, even with Kevin Davis draped all over him, he gets the first down to move the chains.
You love to have the big quarterback that can turn up inside, and now you've got Phillips that's Philip Lindsay that is running the ball up inside and being tough. It's like having 2 running backs in the backfield.
When missed tackles, we've seen it tonight. Deshaun Mays with a missed tackle there. We've seen a lot of those against Colorado's offense tonight. Jay McIntyre on the pass in the flat. Vaden's there to stop him after a very minimal gain. Second down.
And Colorado State's thin defense, Adam's been out there a lot. They've got to be getting tired, and when you get tired, you miss some tackles. You get your head down and don't make plays in space.
O'Shea Jackson and Colton Foster are suspended for 2 games. Justin Nunez is hurt. Those are guys that are playing in the middle, right where Philip Lindsay exposed it, and takes it to the 21 after a gain of 6. And Davis has to work so hard to fill the gaps because I think you're right. Those guys at elevation, first game of the year, I think they're getting a little tired. I know they play here. I know they practice here. Colorado's tempo has seemingly made an impact tonight. Another short play and another first down. Sefo Lufau inside the 20-yard line. These guys keep moving the chains.
Yeah, quarterback power. It's just the old I formation power, but your quarterback becomes the tailback.
4 of 4 on third down on this drive alone. I mean, the time of possession isn't split by that much, but Colorado has had the better of it all night. Off the fake. Lufau under pressure. Smart decision, gets rid of it. Second down. Mentioned it. He's got 3
no foul for
uncles who play
intentional
college
grounding.
football.
Number 2 is in the vicinity of the pass.
2 of them played
Third
professionally,
down.
including who Mac mentioned earlier,
Second down.
Jack Thompson, the throw-in Samoan, played at Washington State. 3rd overall pick by the Bengals in the late 70s. Talked about the toughness that he derives from his father, who served in the United States Army. Joe, great freshman year when he had his red shirt burned. And Sefo Lufau has tonight become the all-time passing leader in Colorado history, among several records he already had. Crossing pattern, and Devin Ross is making an impact tonight. But a good block in front of him from Bryce Bobo, and Devin Ross takes it for 7.
You've got to be impressed with what we've seen with Colorado's offense, trying to mix the old with the new from Severini at Texas Tech. They're doing a really good job with tempo for the first game and staying balanced with run and pass. And so many of the passes in that Texas Tech offense are short passes at them that are very much like runs. They're like sweeps, but they make you spread the field and make you play in space.
Well, Ross looked a little banged up after that play. He went to the sidelines. On third down, Lufau roll in the pocket, and he underthrew Jay McIntyre. That would have been a first down. Lufau does not make a lot of mistakes. At least we haven't seen a ton, but when he's made mistakes, we've seen him very visibly upset. A little surprised by that from a redshirt senior. Or from a senior, no redshirt.
No, he's taken some real hits tonight, but he's a real competitor, and this program has lost a lot of tight games at the end, and these seniors are really passionate about making sure they finish right this year. Coach Severini there talking to him, saying that's okay. Had a little pressure, get up, get your feet under you, and take time and complete the pass.
A 29-yarder here for Gonzalez. He's already hit from 30 in this game. And Gonzalez, 2 for 2. Colorado, 34. Colorado State.
PN College Football, brought to you by Lexus. Come to the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, now through September 5th. And shop Field & Stream, where traditions begin.
Centennial State, Denver, Colorado. U.S. News and World Reports called it the best place to live in 2016. The underrated cities in this country. We've had a blast here these last couple of days. Buffalo's feeling good. Life's good if you're wearing black and gold right now. 34-0 on top of your rival to open up the season in a year that there is some pressure. There is some heat, if you will, on Mike McIntyre. I thought he handled it very well when we talked to him about it yesterday. He tries not to think about it. I think most coaches do.
You can get heat quickly if you lose. If you got a good team, you know you're going to win some games. It goes away fast.
No returnable kicks tonight up at elevation. A lot going on the farm, though, tonight. Christian McCaffrey starting his Heisman campaign. Adnan, what do you got, bud?
All right, Adam McCaffrey, you're right. Trying to follow up what was a spectacular season just a year ago. 10-0 Stanford here, and look at McCaffrey go to work. 74 rushing yards with a touchdown, plus 4 catches for 36 yards so far, added up to 17-0 Stanford leading. We're almost at the half. Army with only 15 yards passing and 329 rushing, and they beat Temple. That's Davidson, 121 yards and 2 touchdowns, 28-13, Adam.
Well, that's a surprising loss for Matt Rule after his defense held the offense in check, seemingly. Michael Gallup makes the catch. Awuzie's there right at the sticks. It is 10 yards for a first down.
What a great win for Army.
Yeah, that's great.
Stepping up, and it's hard to play an option wishbone team in the opener. It drives you nuts as a coach, but big win for them.
On the move, here's Dawkins. Bode there with the stop.
Again. And if you're Colorado State, you do exactly what Mike Bobo said. Go play to play. Don't look at the scoreboard. Start the game over and try to execute. Let's get better this second half as a football team.
Stevens will take a shot down the field and complete. We'll bring up third down and 3. You know, something we haven't talked about is Georgia, North Carolina. Maybe that's gone under the radar. Quarterback situation figured out for both teams. Mitch Trubisky for North Carolina. Grayson Lambert ends up being named the starter for Georgia.
And Chubb's the big question mark. Right. North Carolina's defense still isn't as deep or talented as you'd like. Gene Chizik's done a tremendous job. Can Chubb run the football and Lambert complete enough passes to put North Carolina in some trouble?
Third down and 3. They'll run it. Toss play to Dawkins. Peralta blocking, and there goes Dalen Dawkins. First down for Dalen Dawkins inside the 40, an 18-yard run for Colorado State.
Really good block by Peralta. Fullback 32 as he comes up through. Great job by Dawkins. We do know that this kid's not going to quit. Toughest worker, toughest kid on the Colorado State football team. Good first down.
This is as deep as Mike Bobo's team has been in Colorado territory today at the 39-yard line. He coached Nick Chubb at Georgia. He coached Todd Gurley. He wants his backs to establish the run. Marvin Kinsey, though, gets blown up by Olubode, among a couple. Rick Gamboa is there. Jordan Carroll is there, the veteran defense.
Really impressed by this Colorado defense. But this is a teachable moment now for Colorado State. You cannot quit. You have got to keep competing, and you can't get bad body language and get down. You stay positive, you stay confident, and try to make some positive plays.
Remember, this is a team that's been to a bowl game for the last 3 years. Stevens rifles into a tough spot, and that play gets blown up by Tedrick Thompson. Dalton Fackrell was going over the middle trying to hold on, and that was a shoulder-led play by Thompson to jar it loose.
This guy started 23 games. He's tough. He's smart, played the ball really well. He blew up the receiver. I think these 6 defensive backs that we've been hearing about from Colorado are for real.
Jim Leavitt, hyped up, excited. Spent some time in San Francisco with Vic Fangio. Became a 3-4 guy, and in his second year, his defense is really feeling the 3-4. Stevens throwing deep down the field, and it's just overthrown for Gallup. He'll look to throw a little too long.
Yeah, and you may very well see Colorado State go for it here on 4th down. You're on that end of the field, nothing to lose.
Wyatt Bryant has made a 44-yarder in his career. That's it. He did attempt a 52-yarder against Colorado last year. But in a 34-0 game, the offense needs 8 yards. Awuzie was showing blitz from the near side, so Stevens trying to check the play. Play clock winding down. Timeout.
Colorado State has requested their first time out of the half.
That's been the case all night long. It's been tough for Nick Stevens to figure out where it's coming from. We'll step aside. I tossed this nugget out last week when we were previewing USC Alabama. Max Brown named the quarterback for USC. If Cooper Bateman gets the start for Alabama, it will be a rematch of 4 years ago when their 2 high schools played on ESPNU. I think that'd be kind of fun if those 2 got to face off again in number 1 versus number 20 at Jerry World.
I'd agree. So many cool matchups this weekend. It's going to be so much fun to watch football all day tomorrow, Sunday night, Monday night, Adam.
You're going to be on the move, buddy.
Great few days ahead of us.
They need 8 yards to the Rams to stay on the field on 4th down. Lofted down the middle of the field, and it is picked up by Tedrick Thompson. 7th career interception for the senior out of Valencia, California. Jim Leavitt's defense has been on fire.
Brought the blitz. They brought them from all over the place. A lot of pressure. Threw the ball high. Really good job with Tedrick Thompson of keeping his balance and returning the ball.
He had such a big play last year, the blocked field goal at the top of the first overtime in the Rocky Mountain Showdown. I mean, this is a defense that just looks sharp tonight. And you hate to extrapolate game 1. Colorado State's trying to figure themselves out right now, but don't think that there's not a Pac-12 coach in the country that isn't watching this game right now and thinking, all right, we got some work to do when we face Colorado this year.
Absolutely. It's easy to coach when you trust your team and you think you've got a really good team. The kids can feel it, and right now that defense has just totally shut down Colorado State.
Off play action on 2nd down, Lufau. He'll toss it away. There is a flag thrown, though, on the sidelines at the 33-yard line, where Lufau was running out of bounds. He's being chased by Richard King. See if they end up flagging him for a late hit here.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 43 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Adam, they're going to take care of those quarterbacks. I can promise you. If you touch them, if it's even close, they're going to throw the flag. And you're trying to push the Colorado State defense to hustle and get after them and not quit. That's a tough one.
On the ground, here's Lee. And Donovan Lee gets spun down by Jake Schlager. Picks up 4 yards.
Tackle by 8.
This is a Colorado team that
must leave the game for one play.
Has to play a very difficult schedule. Evan Collarito lost his helmet. He has to come off. But this is the 20th most difficult preseason schedule for any team in the country for Colorado this year. Second down. There's Lee. Good play in space by Davis. Will force a third down. But think about it. They got Michigan on their schedule at the Big House. 1994 will come to mind to a lot of Colorado and Michigan fans. The Miracle in Michigan. Got to go on the road at Oregon for the Pac-12 opener. Some difficult games coming up for Colorado this year. Look, 5 of their 12 ranked.
At USC, at UCLA, or at Stanford, at Arizona.
Yeah, the road games.
Those are just road games.
Blitz from the Rams. Lufau hit as he throws. A flag is thrown. Ross was out there, and a flag is thrown there, too. He was covered by Justin Sweet. There are 2 markers on the play. One where Lufau got hit by Davis, and one that you would think would be for a pass interference. And Lufau is taking a beating tonight. I'll give the Rams that much. They have really hit hard tonight.
There are fouls against both teams. Personal foul, chop block against the offense. Pass interference, number 29 of the defense. These penalties offset, third down.
So the Sweet penalty taken off the board, as well as the chop block for Colorado. So it will be third down once again and short.
Adam, when you blitz all the guys and you got linemen cutting the blitzer, sometime one has him high and one has him low. Chop block's a very difficult thing to keep from happening some during the ball game.
You don't call it self-defense, you call it quarterback defense. You don't want your guy to get hit at that point.
Absolutely.
Zone read, Lufau, first down. And this time he'll take the hit from Sweet at the 34-yard line. The run game's been impressive for Lufau. The offense has looked sharp. I know it's a lot of up-tempo and it can wear teams down, but the execution has been pretty sharp, it feels like.
And they're subtly slowing the tempo down now. They want to use some clock. They're trying to still be tempo, still push the play clock, but they're also slowing it down.
Here's Lee. Picks up a few on first down. And this is a total team effort for the offense now. Brian Lindgren, Darren Chiaverini, both trying to marry last year's system to the new concepts that they want to add. Chiaverini and Lindgren probably have what you'd call type A and type B personalities, but it works for them. The contrast in their styles and personalities. Here's Donovan Lee with the cutback. He's at the 10. 21 yards for Donovan Lee.
The balance has been so impressive with the Colorado offense. Throw it outside, throw it inside, throw it deep, run it inside, run it outside. They've done it all.
Right back to Lee. One's into Colorado. They score here. I would imagine that might be it for Sefo Lufau. He has taken quite the punishment over the course of this night tonight, as tough as he is. And Steven Montez, who has earned the number 2 job as a redshirt freshman, loosening up on the sideline. He and Jordan Gerke were both battling for that backup role behind Lufau and missed all of spring. Lufau kind of lunged for the end zone, and he got tripped up. Good play by Sean Johnson, junior out of Denver. Third down and goal.
One thing we would do, Adam, is we kept playing until the end of the third quarter, and then we start substituting. But if we were going to keep a Vince Young or a Lufau in the game, we wouldn't run him anymore. We would tell him, you still manage the clock, but you do not pass that line of scrimmage.
Okay. The last thing you need is a guy like that getting hurt in a game like this.
That's right. So you might keep your starters in with another quarterback.
We'll go up the middle to Donovan Lee, and Jacob Buys was right there. Give Buys a lot of credit. He has played really hard. He's played like a guy who knows he had to earn his scholarship, a guy with a chip on his shoulder.
And as subtle as it is, this is a big down for Colorado State's defense.
Yep.
They've got to show some progress in this second half. Also, you want to score if you're Colorado, but you want to get points. You want to get a touchdown. You didn't want to have to kick the ball.
This is twice tonight that Colorado State stood up inside their own territory, deep inside their own territory. A 22-yard try for Gonzalez, who is 2 for 2 tonight. That one nearly got some pressure to him, but he's able to drill it through, sneak it inside the upright, and a 37-0 lead. 4:05 to play. The 20th most difficult schedule according to ESPN's FPI. They'll have Idaho State next week, but then they go to number 7 Michigan, where, by the way, I know Broncos fans will probably laugh at this. Tom Brady will be the honorary captain because he's not going to be busy playing a football game, so he has some time to go be the honorary captain. But thoughts in '94, Cordell Stewart, the Michigan Miracle in Michigan, of course, and then at Oregon, at USC, at Stanford, at Arizona. You still have to bring UCLA in. You close out with a Utah team that's become a really hard-nosed team since they entered the Pac-12 with Colorado. This is not going to be an easy climb for CU this year.
Well, last year you look at this game and you say, we're fine, got them at home. If you're Michigan fans tonight, you're saying, uh-oh, got to play.
Another team with some quarterback questions this year. John O'Korn, former Houston Cougar, who's bounced around, and Wilton Spate, who played big snaps last year behind Jake Rudock.
Mike McIntyre's gotten exactly what he wanted out of tonight. Stay healthy, get through this one, play a good fourth quarter. But this is what he wanted and talked about yesterday.
Haven't seen a lot of these tonight. Returnable kicks, and Dalen Dawkins. He gets snagged by Diego Gonzalez, the kicker, who could not drill it out of the back of the end zone that time. He ends up making the stop.
Adam, we can obviously say that Colorado has made the statement they're looking for tonight. This is the first time they've had a chance to bring a kickoff out, and Dawkins is good at everything. Really good football player, tough. He'll keep that offense going. Good positive play for Colorado State. They're not going to lay down. They're not going to quit. They're going to keep playing.
And for his second series of the night, Fatone Bauta, grad transfer from Georgia, who went 3 and out on his only series of this game back in the first half. Back at it. Reverse here. Cutting it back is Michael Gallup, and a smart decision. Picks up a first down. Had it not been for Olubode, he might have taken it deeper. That was 12 yards on a play that could have went for a lot less. Good play by Gallup.
I can see why their coaches are so excited about this junior college transfer. He only got to practice 2 weeks in preseason, but he's really fast.
Yeah, he had an ankle injury. He was cutting pretty well right there. There's Dawkins. And spent time at Purdue. 12 games in 2013 at Purdue, then transferred, redshirted in 2014. Had the big game last year against Colorado in the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Son of Ralph, who played at Louisville, very good player. And of course, nephew of Brian Dawkins, 9-time Pro Bowler, and had a couple of those Pro Bowl selections when he finished his career playing his games here at Mile High in Denver. Good hit by Gamboa to stop Dawkins in his tracks. He's a tough kid. Pound for pound, the toughest kid we have is what the coaching staff told him.
Absolutely. And if you're Mike McIntyre, you're trying to keep your intensity, keep your focus, and you're trying to get some substitutes in.
Decent line in a bad offensive night for Colorado State. That's a really good line for Dalen Dawkins. He's got 88 out of the total of 135 yards for CSU tonight. Pressure from the Buffaloes. About to hit as he throws, and it's complete. What a catch by Gallup. Showing off for the coaches late in this game. Picks up 8 yards and a tough, hard-earned first down.
Super job of Boda sitting in there. All-out blitz again. and a really good catch by Gallup.
Stretch to the edge on that swing pass for Gallup, and a lot of contact with the sideline as he picks up about 4. I mentioned Louisville, where Dalen Dawkins' dad played. How about Louisville last night? Lamar Jackson put up one of the best first halves I think we've seen in a long time from any individual player in a rout of a young program in Charlotte making the transition to FBS.
We called Louisville Wake Forest last year, and he is a superstar in the making. Can't wait to see him against Syracuse next week.
That's where we will be on Friday night next week, getting you set for the second Saturday of the season. Fatone Bauta gets dragged down by Awuzie. This is what Bauta can add. He just kind of pumped his arm forward for the first down in a 37-0 game, which is going to draw the ire of some folks, but a 24-yard run.
You know, if you're a coach, you want them to compete. You want them to be excited about first downs. You're trying to get your quarterback situation settled. Give him credit for the first down and being excited about it.
Tedrick Thompson got the worst of it, though, after that play.
If you're Coach McIntyre, this is what you don't want, Adam. You're leaving your starters out there. You've still got some time in the third quarter, but you can't afford to lose great players. And he lost a bunch of them last year.
Yep. A lot of injuries a year ago on both sides of the football. Thompson suffered a concussion a few years ago against UCLA. That cut his season short. Big year last year. Older brother Cedric, good safety at Minnesota, ended up getting drafted a couple of years ago by the Dolphins. Other guys played a lot of football.
Always happy to see him walk off. It's a great sign.
Yeah. But Nick Fisher takes his spot in the back end. First down and goal. There have been 26 shutouts in the history of the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Most of those were pre-World War II. Colorado State trying to avoid it late in the third quarter. Here's Izzy Matthews. Not much there. The last shutout in the history of this rivalry, you got to go all the way back to 1957. So as I said, a lot of those shutouts came from 1893 until about 1943.
And no, Adam, I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I knew what you were thinking. You were asking me to analyze the game.
You're a grad assistant though at that point.
No,
right?
I was a child.
You're watching the old reel-to-reel film.
I was a child, a mere child.
Second down goal. Here's Bauta. Look at the cutback by Bauta. Look at the effort by Fatone. Putting some effort in here. You got to like this in a blowout game. A guy who did not earn the starting job was brought in to add some spark and some competition. He's added some spark on this drive.
And you like the fact that even though he wasn't chosen the starter, that he still was very positive about Nick Stevens. He's been a leader on this team.
Matthews gets drilled in the backfield, though. Excellent play by Derek McCartney, the grandson of the Hall of Famer Bill McCartney, the winningest coach in Colorado history. Derek's been through so much in his life. Bill is dealing with late onset dementia and Alzheimer's. You've talked to him, though. He seems to be in good spirits. Always a good sign.
Coach is doing great. He's so proud of his grandson, and should be.
Second time out.
Three quarters through in the 88th Rocky Mountain Showdown. Maybe not the score that a lot of people were expecting, but I know about half the audience is pretty happy right now. 37-0.
It's the end of the third quarter. There is no.
Joe Tessitore, Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe on the call Sunday on ABC. 10th ranked Notre Dame against Texas. Mac Brown will be in Austin to see what's going on. Holly texted me today, said expected to be 91 degrees, even though it's going to be a later kickoff Central Time. And Charlie Strong is convinced that he doesn't know if the Notre Dame boys can handle that because he coached at Notre Dame. He knows how tough that is.
It'll be 91 degrees in the shade, Adam. It'll be that hot.
I was wondering why you always have such a glowing tan all the time, and I figured it out.
I was hot and burned up, and interestingly enough, about 6 o'clock, the Texas side's in the shade, and the opposing team, like Notre Dame, will be right in the middle of the heat. I think Coach Royal did that on purpose.
I was going to say, Darrell K. Royal was a big fan of that little addition to the stadium. Fourth down and goal here. Start of the fourth quarter. Baton Bauta has done some solid things on this drive. With pressure, he fires, and there goes the shutout. Something to smile about for the Rams and Marcus Wilson. First career touchdown. First career game for Wilson, the redshirt sophomore. Wyatt Bryan on for the extra point, and Colorado State avoids the 27th potential shutout in Rocky Mountain Showdown history.
Boda stood tall under tremendous pressure. He didn't flinch. Threw the good slant ball for the touchdown. Really good drive for him. And weirdly enough, it'll give Coach McIntyre and Coach Levitt a chance to talk about this is something we got to do better. All-out blitz by Colorado. Had some leakage in there. Really good throw by Boda down inside, and he is pumped.
Yep. We talked about the spark that he wants to add to this team, and good for Marcus Wilson. Didn't play as a redshirt freshman. First career game tonight. First career touchdown. Played at Valor Christian here in Colorado. Really good school. You know, we were talking about Christian McCaffrey. His younger brother Dylan plays at Valor Christian. He's a really good quarterback. Number 2 ranked quarterback in our ESPN 300 rankings. He's committed to Michigan. So that name McCaffrey, I know Christian's has had a great career and is poised to have a big year, but that name's not going to die out in college football anytime soon.
What a family.
Oh, Max, Ed, of course, who had such a great career. Most of it played here in Denver. Part of a couple Super Bowl winning teams with John Elway. Max played at Duke. He just got waived, unfortunately, cut this week from an NFL roster. Got cut by Oakland this week.
And Adam, what will happen now? Colorado State fans are going to start talking about which quarterback could play, and you have to be careful that Nick Stevens played when everybody was fresh and everybody was excited. So it's a little toned down now, so it's easier to play in that late third or fourth quarter than it is in the first half.
I imagine every Colorado State fan's going, hey, we got to put Bauta's got to start the next game. He's got to start the next game. And Mike Bobo and Will Friend, the offensive coordinator, I don't know if they'll be that drastic about it.
No, you make that decision on Sunday, not when you're mad on Friday night.
Right.
But good that Nick's over there talking to the team, and those two are talking to each other, and good relationship.
So it is a 30-point game. Lufau still in the game. Donovan Lee on the move, and maybe a yard on the play running into Josh Livengood. Surprised to see Cepho out there right now in a 30-point game?
Well, I am, but if you're Coach McIntyre, again, you're trying to make a statement. Sure. You don't want them to quit.
Okay.
You don't want them to let up. So you don't, after giving up points.
Fresh off a score, maybe that had something to do with it.
I think so. He wants to have a good drive. They're running the ball here more than not. There's some risk in getting your quarterback hurt if you leave him out there. But you know what? Bridgewater got hurt with a non-contact injury 2 days ago. This is a contact sport. You can get hurt at any time.
Unfortunate for Teddy.
Yeah.
Torn ACL, knee injury, dislocation, done for the year. A lot of names being thrown out there in terms of signing for a quarterback spot. Third down 8. Twist up front for Colorado State. Lufau's protected, and he has a first down strike to Bryce Bobo. And Bobo staying on his feet for additional yardage to the 47 of Colorado State. Good night for the redshirt junior. Nelson Spruce's former roommate learned pretty well from the Pac-12's all-time leading receiver.
He did learn well. He's had a tremendous night. It gives you a go-to guy because he looked around, looked him off. Good pass.
Back to the ground, a couple of yards there. When we say Spruce was the all-time leading receiver in Pac-12 history, we mean in receptions. Talk about a possession guy and a safety blanket for Cepho Lufau. These last couple of years, that was the big question, we thought, for the offense. Who is going to be a go-to guy? And I don't know if there is. There's a lot of them that have been out there tonight between Bobo, Ross, and Fields. And Lufau doing this again, seeing the pressure coming and changing the protections in the play.
You can tell this is his team.
Lufau taking a shot. Launching down the sideline. Incomplete. Devin Ross covered well by Justin Sweet.
The other thing, Adam, that should help these receivers so much more is they're running the ball so much better.
Sure.
And it should open up things on play action. but they wanted some explosives tonight. They had to throw the ball deep, and that was a catchable ball. Really good throw by Sefo again.
Good play by the redshirt junior Sweet out of Las Vegas as well in coverage. 3rd down and 7. Blitz coming. Colorado State still bringing heat. And Lufau is going to take off. And he will stay on his feet, but lose the football. He had 1st down yardage, but near the end of that play, as he was going down, he may have lost it. And Colorado State, with the fumble recovery, Demontre Taylor and Lufau is down on the ground. And at least good to see him sit up momentarily. And this is the fear of every coach in the 4th quarter of a game that I don't want to say is completely decided, but is certainly in control.
Covered by the defense. 1st down, Colorado State.
So Taylor with the recovery after Sweet knocked it free. And a turnover by Colorado. A little light these last couple of series from Colorado State's defense. And again, right now, the biggest concern for the Buffaloes is the health of Lufau.
The ruling of fumble and recovery by the defense is under review.
I think we'll probably see Steven Montez now.
I think the night for Sefo Lufau might be done.
He's okay. He's up. He's moving. And Coach McIntyre said, "Okay, that's enough. That's enough." If there was any question when we were going to change, and you've got to get your second quarterback ready.
Now this will be this decision to keep him around in this game will be second guessed over and over.
It doesn't matter if he's healthy. It'll go away. If he's hurt, they will second guess, and it will matter.
Big hit put on by Sweet in the mix there.
The Sefo's had a special night. 23 out of 33, 318 yards, a touchdown, 14 for 66-yard rushing. What a night. So any question about his health, any question about the new offense, any question about whether he could throw and run has been answered tonight.
You know, Lufau is a runner there. He's not defenseless by any means. Doesn't look like there was much contact above the shoulder area. And the thing to obviously take a look at was his knee down as well. And if it's down, it didn't look like the ball popped out before his knee touched the ground. So that's obviously what David Lambros and Dave Usacek are figuring out in the replay booth right now. Terry Layden will have the call.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. 1st down, Colorado State.
I said the ruling was confirmed. There's some interesting video evidence there, but either way, Colorado State's got the football. With 12:38 to play in a 30-point game. Foul likely done at this point. And after a Colorado State touchdown drive, their offense gets to go back to work. Bauta off the play fake. He's got Peralta in the flat. Peralta gets a nice block from Danny Wosu. And that allows him to get the necessary yardage for a 1st down. He picks up 11 there.
Still got the first-team Colorado defense on the field, so they're waiting to compete. A lot of times you leave your defense out there longer than your offense because you don't want to give up points at the end and take away the great night that the Colorado defense has had.
Second year of this pro-style offense, but of course, Bauta knows it well, having played at Georgia. And around to Dietrich Clark, first touch of his night, and he takes it to the 48-yard line. Second down coming up here.
Dietrich came in from East Arizona Junior College, and with the loss of their great receivers last year, you lose a guy like Rashard Higgins. You've got to have somebody step up and play, and they got to have these guys that can come in and start making plays. They were worried about explosives tonight, and they sure haven't had enough.
Higgins for Colorado State, Spruce for Colorado, two guys that are part of NFL rosters in the preseason. Final cuts coming in the next 24 hours for NFL rosters. Over the head of Gallup, incomplete. 3rd down and 6.
Smart play by 5-year senior Bota. He saw it was covered, threw it in the seats.
Bauta spent a lot of time learning from Aaron Murray. Was part of the roster cuts as well this week. He's done a nice job of mentoring Colin Hill, who will be part of the future of the Colorado State program at quarterback, highly touted freshman. So Bauta has made a significant impact already, not even in game situations. Marcus Wilson tackled by Awuzie in open space on 3rd down to close out that play.
Colorado has tackled really well in space tonight.
And Awuzie especially.
Awuzie is a special player, great leader. When the guys go home tomorrow and start watching this video, they're going to be so much more impressed with him than even before this game. So what he says in the locker room will be more impressive tomorrow even than it was before tonight.
As expected, at the 50-yard line, offense stays down on the field for 4th down. 4-man rush from Colorado. Gamboa deflected it in the air. They were looking for Peralta out of the backfield. Gamboa with good coverage.
Timeout on the field.
Play Awuzie with the pressure that time. Colorado's got the ball back.
1st and 10, Colorado.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. And Dr. Pepper, it's a college football tradition.
Fun opening Friday night. We're so happy to be together for you on Friday nights. We'll be in Syracuse next week, and we'll be your appetizer each weekend before the big Saturday starts on your couch. Philip Lindsay on 1st down, and Sefo Lufau. Coach, I got to tell you, I'm still surprised that he's still in this game right now after that last drive.
You've got young coordinators that are talking to the head coach and trying to force you into, coach, give him one more. We just need one more. We got a few more things we want to work on. Okay. We'll have him run the ball. I've been in those meetings way too many times, and then as a head coach, sometimes you just have to step up and say, enough.
Yeah.
Done. Finished.
So Sefo is in on this 2nd down and 8 play. We were almost sure we'd see Steven Montez at this point. Run play here for Lindsay. Molly, you were down on the sidelines. I'm curious what you saw when Sefo got back in the game.
Yeah, well, medical staff was talking to him very closely, asking him questions, nodding his head yes or no, and then he threw down his helmet in frustration, arguing with the medical staff, and it looks like he convinced them to let him go back in and play, guys.
Man, I mean, there's two sides to this, and you love Sefo's point of view because he wants to play, and you get a little fearful if you're a Colorado fan or maybe one of the coaches on the sidelines who's not so keen on Lufau being back in.
I think they probably told him, don't run.
Don't you dare run past the line of scrimmage. That's the 2nd time you've had to tell me that too, by the way, tonight, Max. So this is an interesting scenario. Lindsay's close to the 1st down, but the ball was loose. The ball popped out. Ball security is becoming an issue right now for Colorado, and the Rams pick up the loose ball once again.
Philip Lindsay has the ball. It looks like it was stripped out before he hit the ground, and that's twice tonight. So good play by Kevin Davis. Senior has not let up. Impact player for us. He's playing hard all night.
Severely underrated is his performance just because of the score right now on the board.
And Colorado's a really good player too.
The ruling of fumble and recovery by the defense is under further review.
So again, they will take a look at this, rightfully so. If it stands, it'd be 3 turnovers apiece in this game. So we'll take a look. We'll talk to you on the other side.
1-yard line.
While you're away, I hope you got a sandwich or something. And then Terry Layden let us know that the elbow of Lindsay was down before the ball came loose, a yard shy of the line to gain. So it will be 4th down and short coming up here for Colorado.
Another situation where you love instant replay because you get the right call. And officials do a tremendous job, but in a lot of cases you can't see when it's that close. And this makes sure that we get the right call.
Now, you saw the elbow go down. I wouldn't be shocked if the ball was out, but there's no good angle for the replay officials to definitively see that the ball is out. maybe they didn't feel that it was indisputable video evidence to overturn that call. So you go with what you see. You do feel that he still has possession of the ball and the elbow's already down. So on 4th down and short, Lufau is out there in a jumbo set. And do you quarterback sneak in a 30-point game with a quarterback who's already been put through the grinder tonight?
Going to hand it to the tailback. Power play.
They'll go I formation here, and it will be a Colorado first down. Kyle Evans, redshirt sophomore out of San Jose, ends up moving the chains, so Colorado keeps it.
Coach McIntyre's also in a new offense, and this is the first game, so I'm sure he's trying to get as many snaps with the ones as he can.
And I would imagine some more conservative stuff still, not to put Lufau in any further danger at this point. He does look a little worried, though, doesn't he?
You are worried. You are worried. Let me assure you.
Here's Evans. A 5'6", 175, little scat back, working his way to the 30 for 7 yards.
I think what we're seeing is Coach McIntyre's talked so much about finish. Everything's finished. We didn't finish last year, so we want to line up and be physical and then put our will on Colorado State at the end of this football game, run the ball, make first downs, kill the clock, and make sure that we understand we're not just a throwing football team. We can line up and run it. When they know we're going to run it and we know we're going to run it, we can still run it. And I think that's what we're seeing happen right now.
Here's Evans again. Got to churn forward. Looks like he's a little shy on the first down. We're going to get Shookin' King. Sports Center at night with Lisa and Kevin after the game. It's on ESPN News right now. They'll talk about Stanford and Michigan State and Baylor making their debuts on this Friday night. Talk about the huge Saturday slate of games that are coming up, including Alabama, USC, Houston, Oklahoma, and others. And, of course, some top plays. I think we'll see Bryce Bobo's catch. That was one-handed earlier tonight. Right now on ESPN News. It'll be on ESPN when we're done here from Denver.
Opening games, you just want to win and get home. I know Michigan State's having some trouble with Furman.
Evans has the first down. Taylor makes the tackle. 7 minutes to play.
So, Adam, this is just like an inside drill in practice. You're lining up against a front. You're working on power play. You're working on zone. You're working on trap. And you're just, this will be great teaching for the offensive line when they look at this video tomorrow.
Is your coordinator going through a very mixed set of plays, a lot of different looks that you want to just touch on once or twice at the end of the game?
Yeah, but really and truly, he's going to his go-to plays. We need to get really good at this signature play. And we want to be able to run the football, guys, so we're going to line up and run it and run it and run it. We know we can throw it, but you're going to have to run it to win the Pac-12.
Big hole for Kyle Evans. And Evans works all the way inside the 5-yard line.
Kyle Evans, Kyle Evans is a walk-on that works so hard, and Coach McIntyre gave him a letter to read to the team the other day, and it said, oh, you get a scholarship. That's and all the kids loved him. One of the most fun things about being a head coach is being able to reward a young guy paying his own way to school with a scholarship.
Just came off his longest run of his career at Colorado. 20-yard run to set up first and goal with 6 minutes to play. Evans again. Getting close to the line. Very close, but it looked like he just pulled up short. Simmons and Thomas there. Wouldn't be shocked if they go right back to Evans, see if he can get his second career touchdown.
Yes, and also it's such a motivational thing when a young guy like Kyle Evans, a sophomore that's 5'6", 175, from San Jose, California, gets to score a touchdown. Guys love that. It makes it an even happier locker room.
His dad played running back at Oregon, played in the first ever ESPN televised game back in 1979 against Colorado. Here is Evans trying to shift his way close, get some help from the line, and it looks like it is short once again. When the play was blown dead, line judge came out from the far side, said it is short. Let's see here. Got very close. Can you clearly see the ball at any point?
Sure looks like it. I do think we can make this play call. I think we will 100% see Kyle Evans score. 100%. There might be a revolt on the sidelines unless they give it to him 1 or 2 more times.
Here is Evans leaping for the end zone for a touchdown.
Very effective drive, running the ball. Coach McIntyre got exactly what he wanted. He got his older backs out of the game, but he kept his offensive line and his quarterback in there, and he did not want to throw a pass. Just run the ball, be physical, and put your will on Colorado State here at the end of the game.
Player crossed into the neutral zone.
Offside. Defense unopposed in the backfield. Half the distance to the goal. Remains the extra point play.
561 total yards tonight for Colorado. 240 plus on the ground in what is a one-sided Rocky Mountain Showdown affair here tonight in Denver. Final game of our slate on ESPN before the huge Saturday slate you'll have tomorrow. And don't forget, starts 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. Out in Dublin, Boston College.
The penalty is declined.
ACC opener for both of those teams from Dublin, Ireland, where they've seen a couple of games in the last half decade. Notre Dame's played out there. UCF Penn State had a really good game a couple of years ago out there. Gonzalez adds the extra point, a 44-7 lead. That was Kyle Evans' drive. Redshirt sophomore out of San Jose, just put on scholarship a couple of weeks ago. Second career touchdown. I know there are some coaches that don't publicize those, but it's always nice to see it to rest of the fans, general public. Hard not to be happy for kids when you get to see something like that happen for a young player.
Well, now he's out there on kickoff after he ran down, but a team and the coaching staff is really a family. It's an extended family, but they are a family, and this just shows how important it is for rewards to the best players.
We'll step aside.
Timeout on the field.
Maybe the most telling stat for Nick Saban as the head coach of Alabama. With first-year starting quarterbacks, 3 times he's won a national title. Greg McElroy, A.J. McCarron, Jacob Coker last season. So while they're still searching for a quarterback, obviously they get a lot of help from outside of the position, but we'll see who starts for Alabama. It will be Max Brown for USC Saturday night, ABC from Arlington.
Lane Kiffin's proven to be a great teacher. And he makes sure that they manage the game, they manage it early. They can always run the ball and use play action.
That'll be interesting as well. Another added storyline to that, Lane Kiffin going up against a team he used to be the head coach for at USC.
Be a little emotion there from both sides.
We'll see it, all part of a fantastic Saturday. We've got a great ABC triple header starting at noon Eastern tomorrow with Houston and Oklahoma. We'll have LSU Wisconsin from Lambeau. That's the site of game day tomorrow as it makes its official season debut on ESPN tomorrow morning. And then Alabama USC to close it out. Marvin Kinsey takes it to the 30-yard line.
And Adam, this is a class act with Coach Bobo. He knows the game's over. They're ready to get home. They're trying to run the ball, run the clock. He may have to throw it here on 3rd down to try to make a 1st down, but both teams understand that Colorado won. They got to go back home and get some things straightened out on both ends. A few screw-ups in the second half that'll help the Colorado staff get their attention. They've got Idaho State next week, so they've got to be able to get ready to play, and that's important.
And the week after that, Colorado heads to Michigan. There's Bauta on the move. Good run. Looks like he has enough for the first down. UTSA is Colorado State's opponent next week at home. Final season that Hughes Stadium will be the site for Colorado State football. 2017, they'll have their on-campus facility. Then Northern Colorado. Then they'll go to Minnesota. Remember, Colorado State had Minnesota down to the wire last year and lost in overtime.
And UTSA's got some players. They're in Texas. Frank Wilson, the new head coach, running back coach from LSU. So both teams have to get ready to play and keep it rolling.
Colorado State does not have an easy Mountain West schedule either. There's Anthony Hawkins on the reverse. He coughs it up, and it looks like Colorado has recovered it. Tony Joel Meese stumbling, somersaulting over the sideline. Looked like he had possession before going out of bounds. So Colorado takes over on the fourth turnover by Colorado State.
A lot of backups and younger guys out there on defense for Colorado. So good for them to get a stop. It'll help them later in the year. And if you're the offensive coordinators for Colorado, you are so happy that that clock didn't run out. And now you have a chance to change your quarterbacks and let Steven Montez get a few snaps. This is where you say clear the bench, Adam. Clear the bench. Who hadn't played?
6'5", 225-pound redshirt freshman out of El Paso, Texas. Boy, does he look the part, man. Cade Apse was the backup last year. He started the final couple of games against Washington State and Utah. He was dismissed in March for violating team rules. So with Lufau dealing with that Lisfranc injury, Montez got a ton of reps along with Jordan Gerke in the spring. And Montez pretty much earned the starting reps in the spring. So he ends up being the #2 guy. He has emerged, and a redshirt freshman out of Del Valle High School in El Paso gets some game snaps.
Now they're huddling up, and one of the problems in putting in Steven Montez this late, it's hard to throw the ball when you're this far ahead. So they'll run the ball. They're trying to kill the clock, trying to make Mama happy now. Anybody, Coach McIntyre saying, anybody hadn't played over here? I don't want any mamas calling me tonight. Clear the bench. Get them all in, because the head coach really doesn't know who all's been in that game.
Well, this is another freshman. This guy's out of Sacramento, Bo Bisharat. Got to move the chains. So opening weekend, Coach, obviously we've been kind of leading up to this. It will be, as we said, your lead-in every Friday night to what you're going to see on Saturday. Talked with Greg McElroy earlier today. He was talking about Oklahoma-Houston. Said that basically it comes down to what the coaches think after the meetings today. Got to stop Greg Ward. If you're Oklahoma, you got to stop him in the run game. And if you're Houston, losing a lot of guys on defense, you got to put pressure on Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I love Tom Herman and what they've been able to do at Houston. They have a big task tomorrow with those two big running backs in Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma.
Pirine and Mixon. There's Bisharat again. Approaching a minute to play.
And if you're Colorado State, you've got some backups in, but you do not want them to score again. You take some pride in this. Colorado's not trying to score. They're trying to get some plays here. Colorado State's trying to hold them out.
Say it's a Ram fan sitting at home watching, perhaps weeping slightly, watching this score against a rival. Give me something positive to give to that guy sitting on the couch right now.
Well, there's two things. Number one, I think Colorado could be really good. They're older, they're experienced. Secondly, Mike Bobo knows what he's doing. He loves Fort Collins. He really knew that this team was young and inexperienced, and he was really anxious about this game. And they will improve so quick because they're so young, and the coaches will go home now, and they'll be able to take some positives out of this, believe it or not.
Yeah, they do not have a very easy Mountain West schedule because Boise State, Air Force, San Diego State are three of the best teams in the conference this year. They got to go on the road to all of those teams, so it's not going to be easy for Colorado State.
Got to get your quarterback situation straightened out. Got to get some depth on defense up front, stop the run better. But I do think they played a really improved and very good Colorado team tonight.
88th edition of the Rocky Mountain Showdown belongs to Colorado in blowout fashion, 44-7. SportsCenter is coming up next. For Mac Brown, Molly McGrath, our entire crew here in Denver, looking forward to being with you every Friday night. Adam Amin sending you to SportsCenter. Kevin, Lisa, it's all yours.